Welcome, folks. I am Bill Stifler, and I am going to be your dungeon master here for the Arcane Apocalypse episode number 3. As our heroes have found themselves 8 years into the future into a wasteland of what has become of America in this magical apocalypse filled with monsters of all sorts, from zombies to owl bears, and now we've found robots and all sorts of things. As the party continues to try to survive, we are working our way towards the wizard, the creator of the robot that we have that has stumbled upon us and is quite curious about what we are doing here. I want to give a quick shout out and thanks to the couple of folks who helped make this possible. First off, Lego. Want to give a big shout out to the Lego group for designing all of these sets that we use and making all of these parts. I want to give a shout out to Sirenscape for making all of the sound effects and sounds possible here. And then, of course, also all of the artists who make their music available royalty free. Without further ado, though, I'm going to turn it over to our party members who are going to give us a quick introduction of who their character was before the apocalypse and who they are now. And also, our icebreaker question for the characters this week is, if you were to turn into an animal, what animal would you turn into? All right, let's go on down the line.
Hi, my name is Ben. I'm playing Frankie. He's a former escort, but now in the magical apocalypse, he's a warlock. If Frankie were to be any animal, turn into any animal, that is, I think it would be a peacock, which speaks for itself.
Nice. Hi, I'm Nathan. I play Agent Cade Knox. Before the apocalypse, he was a corporate suit, an agent for the Syngeni Corporation. And if he were to turn into any animal, it would probably be a crow or a raven. And just to be free, to be able to go wherever he wants, not have to answer to anybody, would probably be what his desire would be as he becomes an animal.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I am playing Ro. Pre-apocalypse, Ro was a robot personal assistant created by the Syngeni Corporation, and in post-apocalypse is a human bard. If Ro could be any animal, it'd probably be a bear of some kind, similar to the bear that we almost had to fight in the previous session, because she feels that in this new world she's going to have to be a lot tougher than she had to be before. So.
Hello, I'm Curtis. I'm playing Reverend Curtis Himmelberger, Rev for short. Small town pastor turned cleric, trying to use my faith and a baseball bat to navigate my way through the apocalypse. If I were to turn into an animal, it would be an emperor penguin, because they're a little bit chunky, and so am I. They also love the cold, and in many ways, I also love winter. Is my favorite season, and emperor penguins are known to dive really, really deep. And as a pastor, I also like to dive deep into books and all sorts of other things.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm playing Kai9X, the autognome wizard who's obsessed with pop culture. And if he was going to be an animal, I think he'd be a raccoon, because they're clever and spend their time digging through the trash and coming up with the best items and keeping them for themselves. And that sounds exactly like what Kai would spend his time doing.
Shit, is that me? Sorry.
That is you.
All right. I can't see the order. So my name's Chris. I'm playing Dr. Hermes Sanguine, and if I were to turn into an animal, it would definitely be a wolf. There's a lot of loyalty when it comes to the lives of wolves. When it comes to the pack mentality, the lone wolf dies, the pack survives. There's no way to say really goodbye or I'll be right back in wolf. There's only goodbye when wolves go off on their own to start another pack. So it's very loyalty mentality. And with my character's background in the military, it definitely suits the case as well.
All right. Sounds fantastic. And last week on the Arcane Apocalypse, our group of heroes has found themselves headed on the road west on a journey about 40 miles to meet Kai 9X's wizard creator in order to find safe haven from the monsters and the arcane storms, and also a safe supply of food. However, things always, of course, don't go super well. Near the end of the session last week, the party encountered a massive arcane storm that the region is littered with in this apocalypse, where the group needed to seek shelter. Ultimately, we found ourselves huddled inside an old, rusted out church youth group van, kind of clinging for shelter and reminiscing about some life before, trying to figure out who we are now. We had a quite illuminating discussion regarding Rose history, as we learned that prior to the apocalypse, she was indeed a robot, an artificial intelligence being, but somehow now the magic has turned her human. And along with all of that, we learned that she was eating for the first time and has, last we left off, had a mouthful of dandelions she was shoveling into her mouth as the group heads off to sleep. And we all went into our various corners of the van, cuddled up to rest for the night, taking turns kind of keeping an eye on things. We saw Kai 9 go into this sort of pseudo powered down diagnostic state where he was kind of observing things but not really able to do much, while everybody else sort of did their sleeping. And with that, we wake up the next morning on a frigid spring day, the wind whipping across the Kansas countryside. As the group comes up from our sleep, we all pretty much are waking up at roughly the same time here in our various positions in the van. What is the first thing we do for the day?
Does anyone have a cigarette?
Frankie wakes up and immediately asks the group for a cigarette.
Nah, buddy, I
Ciao.
quit after I got out of the army.
Those things are bad for you.
More for me. Maybe. Does anyone have one? Seriously.
All I found is some very bitter tasting food, and now it's gone.
That could be cigarettes. What did it look like?
Yellow and like fluffy.
Ah, never mind. All right, well, keep your eyes peeled.
I tried to sleep standing up. It didn't work as well as it used to.
Frankie, if we did jump like 8 years in the future, I doubt cigarette manufacturers were like still producing. So like anything we find is going to be like really old. I don't think that's, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but like 8-year-old tobacco post-apocalypse can't be good. I mean, cigarettes already are to smoke.
Well, it would be better than how I'm feeling right now, I imagine. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
what are we doing?
Thank you.
again?
You're feeling
I mean,
hungry, probably.
We're probably gonna have to
Dandelions
find
probably wouldn't cut it.
food. Yeah.
There's the weather weird outside.
It's cold. windy, perhaps.
DM.
Yeah. Sorry. It is. Yes. It is. It is a cold, frigid spring day with the wind whipping across the Kansas countryside.
Oh,
Like for an emperor penguin.
100%.
This feels like home.
So I know Kai kept saying that he really wanted us to go and see his master, but I gotta say, I hope you guys are all right with it. But once we get our bearings and we know what's going on, I need to figure out what happened to my wife and kid. You know what I mean? Like, so once that's established, that's probably gonna be something I need to figure out. Like how that affects things in the future, I'm not sure, but like, just feel I should throw that out there.
It makes you feel any better. I'm in the same boat. Yesterday was crazy. I didn't have time to think about anything, but I was kind of like laying there last night. Everything kind of came into perspective, and it's been 8 years, so who knows? But
how far were you?
Adrenaline jump after battle hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
How far, like, geographically were you when we jumped or whatever happened from where you were from home, if that makes sense? Like, were you close to home?
I mean, we moved here from my wife's family, so I wasn't too far, but
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little ways away from home, so it'd be a little bit of a trip for me.
At this point, Kai starts to power on. You can see his screen start to flicker as he comes back from maintenance mode, and he wakes up going 32.4%. I have 32.4% access to memory. My core has malfunctioned.
yeah. We'll get you fixed up.
Unimportant. We should continue on to the wizard as fast as we can.
I think it is important, though, because we have, like, what, 40 miles?
Yeah.
38 miles? What's the exact mileage, Kai?
At this moment, we have 39.426 miles to go.
So we have a lot of miles still to go. Maybe
That is correct.
Important for you to have a little bit more of your memories intact.
Yeah, to that point, if your memory is messed up, how do we know that you know where you're taking us?
That,
like, not that I don't like
that's
trust you in a sense, but just like from a mechanical standpoint, you just said 32 point whatever percent. I think
that is an astute observation. I can't be wrong. I don't.
Well, didn't you say that your car or whatever is close by?
It was a flying vehicle of sorts. And yes,
an airplane.
Well,
a helicopter.
It crashed. No, nothing quite so complicated.
Okay. Well, either way, if that's close by and maybe you got damaged in the crash, maybe there's something there though that, like, can help you. Maybe they're missing a part that's there, or
we certainly could. We certainly could scavenge some pieces off of the ornithopter to use to repair the memory circuits.
Yeah, last session, Nox had taken a look and investigated and found that Kai had a number of broken crystals in his memory circuits. And we proposed that, yeah, if those got replaced, then his memory would start to come back, depending on how many you replace.
Oh.
I think a quick check out of the crash site, if we can harvest any material, and then the next time we stop, I can attempt repairs in the meantime. But
I must insist again that we move as quickly as possible to the wizard. I must collect the temporal anomalies and return them to the wizard as fast as possible.
We're gonna get to the wizard. Kai, and just to I think that we probably all have maybe some things from our past life that we have to check in on. But we also don't know anything about really anything, and this wizard is our best chance of maybe figuring out what's going on. So maybe trying to get there as soon as possible, and then we can search for our families and friends and such.
Sounds like a good plan.
Do you guys mind, like, real quick though, before we kind of get started with the day, we just take like a couple minutes to kind of prepare for the day? You know, maybe. I know for me, I like to start each day with a little bit of time of like reflection, and so it really throws me off if I don't do that. So maybe you guys could all just maybe take a few moments. I think if anybody's hungry, I do think I have like a couple spare granola bars in the side pocket of my bag from the game earlier to yesterday. If anybody wants, don't go crazy because I don't have too many, but like I don't know.
I think everybody trying to eat something is a good idea. I also need a few minutes to prepare before we move out.
I am confused. We spent 8 hours stationary. Was that not enough time for you to prepare yourselves?
I would have been confused too, Kai. Flesh beings work a little bit differently. We have to shut down, like shut down.
Think of it as like that 8 hours is like recharging our battery. We can't really do anything else.
I'm familiar with the concept of charged batteries from media that I have consumed. I would remind you that electronics do not work the same as they did in your time, and you should be very careful about charging batteries in with the thaumaturgic aether permeating the space.
We're not actually charging batteries. It's just like we have batteries and we need to charge them, but we don't really.
Or like really gasoline in a car. You know, do you understand that reference?
You ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Well, we're like hobbits. You only need breakfast, but we need second breakfast. So we need sleep and we get to take care of
I understand. Potatoes.
That's
Exactly.
That's the one that gets through.
Exactly. Potatoes.
All right.
Hey, whatever works.
I mean,
you know?
it's the pop culture references that Kai has consumed. That's fantastic.
So I'm gonna like step aside from the group for a moment, and I'm just gonna like pull out a book, which is probably obviously which one, but we'll pull out a book and just kind of like sit off to the side, take a few moments.
Knox is going to do something similar. Go to probably the other side of the van of Rev, and he's going to like take his bracelet off of his wrist and stand there in like a meditative stance and do his daily preparations. And he's going to hold his little idol thing in his hand while he does it.
How long are we taking for these preparations? Out of character.
10 minutes.
I assume it's a few minutes because it's preparing spells and stuff, right, for the day.
Yeah, I think it's just
it's very short at low levels, if I remember correctly, unless that's changed.
In that 10 minutes or whatever, Ro's gonna lean over to Frankie and be like, "Do you want to go look for some of these cigarettes?"
Yes.
Now it is daylight. The storms are gone. You are okay. So yeah, the two of you head off in search of cigarettes while some of the other characters are making their preparations and doing their rituals for the morning.
Out of character, I did also want to ask if I start after each long rest with heroic inspiration, how does that? Like, do I just say that?
On your character sheet at the very top, along the top row of things, you'll see right next to your speed where it says 30 feet walking. You'll see right next to it a box that's labeled as heroic inspiration. Okay. If you click on it, you'll have that.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Oh, do you get that at the end of a long rest?
All,
as
long
part of
rest.
your-
all of
yeah.
you humans should make sure that you've given yourself heroic inspiration.
Oh, is that a human thing?
It is
Now?
a human thing.
Okay.
Does that turn off automatically, or do I have to know to turn that off after it should have?
When you, whenever you
You'll have
use it,
to
you
use
have
it.
to.
You'll have to
Check it.
state that you're using it. You'll have to be like, I'm going to use my heroic inspiration to re-roll this die. You'll uncheck it, and then you'll re-roll your die.
Yeah, and
Okay.
basically it lets you re-roll any die, essentially. After
Thank you.
you've rolled it and seen that it was a garbage roll, you can be like, nah, I want to re-roll that attack.
I guess then while everybody else is doing stuff, I'd probably start going through my gear like I would probably from the, been trained from the military to do, check out my pistol, make sure it's functioning correctly, make sure the slide's still going, there's no grit stuck in there and whatnot, and take stock of what I have left in my medical kit.
Yep.
In character, while I was going through and testing my memory, I did pull up some relatively important information for you. I think it's important that you know that the wizard is no longer exactly human. I don't exactly remember how not human, but you shouldn't stare at him or chuckle. He doesn't take those things as well as you might hope.
Like you? Like is the wizard like you?
No, I have not met anyone quite like me.
Is
Yeah.
it like he looks kind of silly, so you don't want us to laugh?
I can't pull up exact recollections of what he looks like, only that he is not exactly human.
Gotta get this crystals fixed.
Yeah.
What happened to people who laughed?
I don't have memory of that.
Yeah, well, thank you for the heads up. That's nice to know we're walking
and-
into something.
Frankie and Ro, give me some investigation or survival checks as you're hunting for cigarettes.
I will do
I'm
survival.
gonna eat one of these granola
because this
bars
is a
that
matter of
Rev
survival.
offered. too.
Yeah, survival, absolutely.
Hey, Kai. Yesterday before we went to bed, you mentioned something about like me casting spells or magic or something like that.
Yes, you clearly you clearly have developed a connection to the divine magic.
Well, so I'm a little bit confused because all those times I was like praying and asking God to do something, and then like it kind of happened, but I've never seen him do something exactly like that before, and you just got me thinking, and I just wasn't quite exactly sure what was going on. So I was just wondering if because you seem to know a little bit about it. So
It's a misunderstanding to believe that that this god that you were speaking to did any of those things. Instead, it is more real. It's more correct to realize that you did those things by utilizing the divine energies that permeate the world, given the introduction of the thaumaturgic aether.
You said a lot of words. I have no idea what you mean.
To make
So-
it something you
makes
might
perfect
understand,
sense.
you said it and it happened because you wanted it very, very bad.
Is that how magic works?
Kai, that's a little offensive to somebody's faith to say that, man.
So what you're saying is like, because I asked him to do it, he let me do it.
I can neither confirm nor deny the inclusion of the he to which you speak in this particular equation. All I can say is that you wanted it to happen. You reached out and touched the divine magic that permeates this space, and then it happened.
All right, I'll keep working on that because I don't understand anything you're saying. So
Sounds kind of like the
thank you,
compass
though. I
from Pirates of the
appreciate it.
Caribbean.
I understand. I did not expect you to understand.
Kai, kind of like the compass from Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
I have not seen Pirates of the Caribbean yet. Is that one that I should seek out?
Ooh.
That's a pretty cool movie.
That is a good one. Yeah, we should.
It's worth the watch.
We'll keep an eye out for a DVD for you. All right.
Are there
Especially
wizards
the
in it?
fifth one. Make sure to watch the fifth one, right?
Fifth one.
So bad.
Yes.
Oh,
To be
that's-
clear,
okay.
it does seem that many of you have developed connections to the different sorts of magics in this space. I noticed,
that-
for instance, Frankie, I believe you've tapped into some sort of eldritch magic. I noticed your what did Ro call it? A finger bang that you were using last time, and uh, it does seem to have a distinctly eldritch feel to it. And uh, Ro, I noticed that you tapped into what seemed to be the musical the music of the universe, as it were.
Um, is that like normal? Like, does everybody just tap into magic in these
It's
parts?
a human thing.
I'm still attempting to determine that. My primary objective is to collect as much information as possible about magic and the existence and function of that magic in this world, and return it to the wizard for analysis.
And what's the wizard gonna do with this information? I know we need to get moving, but
Searching for cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, actually, Rogue and Frankie, you guys should actually be just coming back now, with no cigarettes in tow whatsoever.
All right, wizards are well known for having cigarettes on them at most times.
You actually found a like a tobacco rolling kit in a glove box, but no tobacco.
Well, I'm keeping that.
Yeah.
keep that.
right
Yeah,
in
keep
here.
that.
Was it like one of those little belt roller things?
Yeah.
Nice. Did it have any papers?
Yep. You got all the
Excellent.
supplies to make cigarettes. You just don't have anything for in them.
Just real.
Still got
real
those
quick.
dandelions?
I ate them
Do
all,
not smoke dandelions.
That's fine.
That's a doctor. I have to warn you.
but
Don't
I do
that.
have a question,
Smoked
Frankie.
worse.
What I've seen humans smoke cigarettes before. Why do they do it?
Well, that's a good question. Because it feels good. You do it once, and then you're like, I think I could do that one more time. And then you do that one more time, thousands of times.
Disclaimer: the
Pretty
Arcane
much.
Apocalypse does not support the use of tobacco products. Blah, 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 blah.
Don't smoke kids.
Smoking is bad for you.
And we're back.
Say no to drugs.
Well, I guess we'll keep looking for them then.
Yes. Yeah.
Do this.
Does anybody happen to have any food? I am asking the party if anybody actually has any food on them or has thought about foods, because you all have woken up without.
Why would I have carried
Kurt
food?
mentioned
Why would I have
granola
carried food?
Exactly. I wouldn't expect Ro or Kai to have food, but the other four of you might have
Well,
some
Rev
snacks.
mentioned
Or...
granola bars.
Rev
Yeah,
did
I
mention
have
granola.
I have some
Granola?
random like game side snacks with my stuff. And so I mentioned
Would you say enough to count as like 10 days worth of rations?
well, I don't know about that. Maybe enough to like sustain us today.
Stocked
Uh,
up.
Like
Just made a
just
Costco
the
run.
extras, So
Yeah, just a bunch of leftover granola bars and
yeah, nothing
some
much. but
some juice pouches.
yeah, the things that you would have
Any
at
orange
a
slices.
For Dad.
and I was the coach, so I had some things in my bag for people who may want them, and so yeah, it's like some granola bars and some
Alrighty. So then, the goal for the group here, as we munch on some food provided by Rev, I've heard head west and fix Kai. So
Yes.
as we've now settled all of our things for the morning, and it is time to head on the road. Where do we go?
Hi, do you want to direct us to your crashed ship, so we can get that out of the way and then get headed back towards the wizard?
If you insist on going to investigate the crash site, I will lead the way. I should warn you, though, that taking time away from getting to the wizard is not something that I would support or suggest. I would suggest that we move as fast as we can to the wizard. Also, I was blasted out of the sky by a creature of some size, so we should at least be on the lookout. They've probably moved on, but of note, anyway.
That's
certainly good to know.
Out of
pretty
curiosity,
big
what do you mean by
detail you left
blasted?
out last night.
Kind of.
I'm not exactly sure what kind of hit took me out of the sky. My memory of that time is cracked and and
Yeah.
not entirely accessible. But
Yeah, we get it.
Been a lot of that going around. That's right.
You're just reiterating the fact that I feel like we really need to try to fix this memory core before we.
Super quick, in and out. No,
I do
Adventure,
apologize for
in and
my
out.
malfunction. I did not realize that it would have such an effect on our ability to get back to the wizard.
We just want to help you be like more you.
yeah.
Like it's not like
but I
we're
ask for
getting
one
upset about
cigarette.
this. If I give you a joint, will you stop?
How many do you
not
have?
quite the same thing.
Jobs get
I feel like
stressful.
we're gonna run out at some point.
I will run out. It's finite.
Well,
right.
let us proceed then. We should make this as quick as possible and delay our arrival at the wizard as little as possible.
Wizard's starting to freak me out.
Oh, be not afraid of the wizard.
Ooh.
Says the wizard that doesn't want you to be worried.
It's just been a really weird it's been a weird couple days. That's all.
The last bit of 24 hours have been pretty nuts, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so onward.
They either put something in my drink, or this has been a weird, wild few days. So.
Both.
Onward, then, I guess.
Okay, I'll start leading the group toward the crash site.
So while we're on our way, I'm gonna start like putting on some of the like catcher's gear.
Sure, absolutely. Starting to armor up.
Yeah.
Deciding it is time to strap yourself for battle now that we've realized that this is a dangerous, dangerous world. And it is going to be about an hour's journey to the crash site. Still, all of that is west, or the majority of it is west, directly along the highway, as of course Kai did crash en route to you all. It was just kind of a slight detour, as it were. So as you travel along the road for the hour, is there anything in particular that you're doing? What is your marching order? What are your formations? How are we going about this? I assume we're staying on the highway. You of course have the option to like get off the highway and pick along the grass and stuff along the sides.
Is it a raised highway? Like are we talking like huge, way high up in the air?
No. It's Kansas.
Okay.
It's very flat. There's
Okay.
like just like slopes off to either side into like a ditch, kind of.
Okay.
And then like a lot of it is like wrecked old farmland that's now overgrown with stuff, or little like bits of trees and things. The highway is separated by a median, so you got two lanes going each direction with about 40 feet of grass in between them.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming it would probably be harder to traverse through a forest that's been growing uncontrolled for like 8 years. So obviously the highway would probably be better, and at least we can ditch off to the side. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there one of you guys who you? I'm not familiar with all of your backgrounds, but do one of you think that you'd be a better scout, or?
Well, can I find the area that I must have come out of the woods, right?
Oh
So
yeah, 100%.
Can I return to the same spot and just lead back the exact way that
Absolutely. Yeah. Once you get, so it'll be about another 3 miles back up along the highway.
Sure.
And then you'll find there's like a patch of woods here that's actually kind of surrounded by farmland.
Okay.
I think the best way to go is exactly the way that Kai remembers.
I was talking more about our marching order. Who's leading the way?
I figured Kai would be in the front since he's leading the way and theoretically knows where he's going. But after that, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah. So as the group follows Kai, is there anything you're doing en route? Any like specific activities other than so Rev is taking some time to put on all of his catcher's gear, get the gloves on, get the padding and everything. I assume you have a helmet and stuff too, or like a mask.
Yeah. Just for like flavor reasons, I don't want to like wear the mask.
Yeah.
But also like once I kind of get that done, I want to just like be playing around with the magic a little bit. and like not necessarily like casting a whole bunch of stuff, but just like practicing a little bit, trying to see what it is that's going on.
So like casting some cantrips.
Yeah. Just kind of familiarizing myself with what is what as I learn about this newfound ability.
Since Nox is a hand-to-hand fighter primarily, it looks like. I'll probably be trying to cover the rear, trying to stay vigilant. Nobody's sneaking up on us from behind or to the sides.
All right.
I'll be
Go.
I'll be right up right behind Kai.
Same. I'm gonna actually be asking Kai, like some questions about like being a robot wizard, and then
Sure.
I'm gonna ask if you have any music like to play, because you played the music before.
Certainly. What sort of music would you like to hear? I've collected a fairly decent collection of CDs, and I pop open my CD case full of different albums I've pulled out of cars and stuff.
I don't really know much about music. Is there anything you guys want to hear?
Maybe just throw on a mix of different stuff and
Like a traveling mix.
yeah, if we
Here,
hate
the-
it, you know.
I'll
Put your
I
mixtape,
quickly like
Kai.
hyper fast flip through and find one that just says road trip mix on it, and
Oh, boy.
pop that into my face to see
Yikes.
Oh
what
my
that's
god.
gonna
You were prepared for this moment.
do. I pulled it out of a car. I have no
Yeah, I
idea.
know.
No idea. It's like you just said road trip mix, and it's like written in Sharpie, of course, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
On somebody's CDR. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the first song that comes on is "Walking in the Spider Webs" by No Doubt.
Okay. All right. Um,
I'll take the roadside flank once we kind of really get to that point.
Sure. But mostly, what are we doing en route? So Rose having a conversation with Kai about what it's like to be a robot and not
And
being a
vice
robot,
versa.
and vice versa, and all of that
Yeah.
now. And do you guys want to have some of that conversation here? Like hypothetically, you've got an hour of travel time that you could have some dialogue. We're not going to sit here and do an entire hour's worth of it.
We certainly don't need to do an hour's worth, although I'm sure we could probably fake it for an hour.
We could probably.
No, we're gonna get to a fight this
3 hours.
session.
Role
No,
playing in this.
I'm fine with just summarizing that we were chit-chatting about
Yeah.
the
Let's get to know each other a little better.
experience.
Yeah.
Specifically, I haven't heard from Frankie yet. Is there anything specific Frankie is doing in this 1 hour of travel time?
Yeah, so I see Rev is like kind of practicing his magic, and as we're walking along this highway, I am going to finger bang every sign that we pass.
I'll
just-
periodically stop and be like, "Don't forget to enunciate the verbal components of your spells, and be sure to really lean into your somatic components."
Swish and flick.
Exactly.
Is that your honor reference?
Yes.
And we of course know that your verbal component is bang.
Yes.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
There it is.
So you're not looking for cigarettes en route. Got it.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, you can multitask, all right?
Not looking for
You
cigarettes.
do find a bunch of dandelions.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Ration of the campaign.
Yeah, Ro will pick them up. I mean, if she sees them, she's like, they taste bad, but
They
So-
are a weed.
After about an hour on the road, traveling uneventfully, the harsh winds swirling around you on this kind of open highway as you pick yourselves kind of zigzagging amongst numerous old wrecked vehicles, or many not even wrecked, just rusted out, hollowed husks, abandoned on the highway sometime shortly after the apocalypse started. An hour goes along and you come across the patch of woods that Kai recognizes as you look towards the north off of the highway. and I assume from here we're going to turn up and head into the woods.
Yes.
And you would know that, Kai, you would know that it's approximately a quarter mile from here. So maybe a 5-minute walk into the woods.
Okay. I'll stop at the wood line, turn and say, we have about a 5-minute walk into the woods from here. I would strongly recommend that all of you be vigilant. I don't expect that we will run into any problems, but as you saw at the pickups location, things here can get a little bit different than you might expect. And then I'll turn around and walk confidently into the woods as though I said none of those things.
I'm gonna like look at everybody as we're about to just pause at the edge of the wood line and look at everybody. Just kind of shrug and be like, "Here we go." I'm gonna start walking in.
Yep.
What else are we supposed to do? Bomb.
Follow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we got Kai, then Rev. For this, at this point,
No,
Rev jumps, or
Oh yeah. Are you?
is that what just
whatever.
happened? Or,
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
it was just-
and so we had Knox and Roe, or we had Roe next to. I'm just now that we're actually into the woods. You are definitely going to be kind of single file. It is actually woods.
Oh.
It's not like there's not like a 20-foot wide path really at this point. It'll become a little bit less dense once you actually get into the woods. You know, the undergrowth is real thick out along the edge of the highway and such. So it'll open up a little bit more, maybe about a 10-foot roughly wide path, so you could go 2 abreast. So we've got Kai, then who? Give me that.
I'll follow it after.
I was gonna say I
we're-
would stick close to Kai, so I can
everybody's just sticking close to Kai.
I can be before or after Rev.
I'm still bringing up the rear because I don't want us to get ambushed. That was my original.
All right.
thought
Is there
process. And
anybody
make
else
sure
who doesn't
Frankie
want to be
doesn't
near?
leave.
Is there anybody else other than Dr. Sanguine who doesn't want to be up at the front with Kai?
Well, after
Oh,
Rev
I want to be in
and-
the middle.
Yeah, so after Rev and Nox go kind of behind Kai, I'll just be like, "Come on, Frankie, let's go."
All right, perfect. And as you all start to march through the woods, you start to come upon an area where the trees become a little bit less dense as and see a number of broken branches coming in from the west. Peering ahead of you, you see deep into the forest let me see, what appears to be some sort of winged flying machine ahead of you.
There in the clearing, you can see the remnants of my ornithopter.
Kai, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you meant helicopter, but that's a regular old ornithopter. I've seen that in
No.
books.
I have seen a helicopter in some of the media I have consumed, but I have not seen one in person yet.
It's like the shoes on the other foot.
You flew here and that, and then got shot down.
Yes, the wizard created it for me as a to quicken my travel here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not the getting shot down part.
So what?
It was a pretty normal temperature, I can assure you.
Hey Kai.
That's a slow burn.
What
That
are we
took a long time.
looking
Like I
for?
watched that trickle through the
Hit like
people here.
people's faces one at a time.
I'll take it.
So Kai, what exactly are we looking for here? Do you know what might help?
We're looking for crystals similar to the ones used in the construction of my memory banks. There must be some somewhere inside the ornithopter's mechanisms. The question and an important question at that will be if any of them remained undamaged in the crash. I will see if I can detect any residual magic, and I'm going to cast detect magic as a ritual.
All right. Oh, so we're gonna hang out here for 10 minutes and cast detect magic while you as a ritual.
I think so. I think it's. I'm gonna need to be able to tell which crystals are actually useful to us.
The
Unless
question
anybody
the
is-
question was doing it as a ritual versus doing it as an action.
I don't have it prepared as a.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, does anybody have any problem with that?
So
No,
I don't
I
have
think
a
we
problem
could start
with that,
poking around
but-
a little bit, though.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
at least secure like the perimeter around this area so we can make sure we're not about to get poked.
As soon as Dr. Sanguine says that, and we'll secure the perimeter around the area so we don't get poked. I'm gonna need everybody to roll perception checks.
There we go.
All right, here it comes.
Oops.
Yeah.
I
So
think I got a 20.
yeah, you got a 20. We got a 5, a 19. It looks like. Yeah. So anybody who got over a 12, this is not a hard check. You hear a clicking and stomping sound coming in, and actually seems to be coming from past the wreckage to the right and rapidly approaching. And it sounds like multiple footsteps trampling through the branches, and you hear an increasing volume of these weird hissing and clicks.
At that point, the music on the road trip mix changes to "Welcome to the Jungle."
Ah!
Ty, turn that off. We don't want to give away our position. Ty, from now on, we have to whisper.
Rose too busy with the music to hear anything.
Guys, from now on, we got to whisper. I don't know if any of you guys know sign language, but we used to use it in the military all the time. Like, now would be the time. We got to be stealthy. We got to figure this out.
Yeah, I had to use sign language for a bunch of missions. It's
Oh, so
not
you
a
do know
problem
sign
for
language.
me. I do, yeah.
Perfect.
Can we focus on the?
Yeah.
We're talking
And
about
then
all
as
this.
you all are saying that, suddenly the whatever thing it was comes bursting out through the woods, charging at you. Well, not charging quite at you, but charging towards you all. And stamping like right across the. I'm trying to get it to stay standing. There we go.
Oh no. Where is it?
As stomping through the woods towards you is what appears to be about a about a 15-foot tall praying mantis.
Oh.
Does it have
Okay.
a
That
cublet
looks
nearby?
that's fun.
It's still coming nearby.
Yeah, praying mantis with its cub. No,
Damn.
try to.
Bad day to be a male pregnant.
There we go. There we go. Got exceeded a little
more
bit better.
menacing. All right.
That's fun.
And at this point, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll a d20 for that, right?
Perfect.
Oh, good.
You just click initiative up at the top. It should be near where speed and all those other ones are. Speed,
there it
armor
is.
class.
Yes.
Shoot.
All right, folks. And as we roll initiative and jump into the combat, we will be back in 10 minutes.
All right. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right. So we're running.
And we are back, folks. Welcome back to the Arcane Apocalypse episode 3, as we are headed towards the crash site of Kai 9's vehicle, his flying ornithopter vessel. And just as the group was deliberating, fanning out, and securing the perimeter. We were set upon by what appears to be a 15-foot tall praying mantis, charging straight towards the group and literally trampling right over top of one of the wings of the ornithopter. As we have now rolled initiative, we are jumping into combat. We will be starting with Ro, then Ro, then Nox, then Rev. And I will switch to a tactical camera view for us here, so you can get a little bit of a view of the entire area and of the spacing.
Oh, looks great though.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
Can you just let me know when it's my turn since I can't see the order? Sorry.
Yep, because you're switching back and forth. Yep, I'll be verbalizing everything.
Thank you.
All right, Ro, what are you doing first as you see this thing charging towards you?
Uh,
Oh, actually, I actually put you guys backwards. Whoop. There we go. Sorry, you were kind of right. That's roughly where we would be.
a little further away. Okay. All right. Hold on.
I can put you. Actually, try to make it as reasonably. Yeah. There we go. There we go. I'll give you guys a little bit more benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
As far as not
Thank
having
you.
to run as far.
I am going to kind of pop out around the group, like right to the east of Hi,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this will work from the range that I'm at.
Yeah, you're now
Rose
you're 30 feet now.
Okay, thank you. Rose just gonna be like, "Hello, friend. Let's not fight," and she's gonna cast animal friendship.
Ooh. What does that do in this?
I have no idea if this is going to
I like it.
We're trying new shit, folks.
Hey, throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
that didn't. Did it?
Popped up for a second.
So what does it do? You want to just go ahead and read the text for us?
I can read it. Target a beast that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition for the duration. Duration's 24 hours. If you or one of your allies deals damage to the target, the spell ends. Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. Right, so what's the save?
13.
13, and it was
Wisdom.
yeah.
Wisdom,
It is,
sorry.
Yeah, bugs are hard. Yeah, it got an 11. Bad wisdom because it's a giant bug. So it is.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. So what's going on with it now? It is charmed. And then anything else on your turn? Obviously, you succeeded. You describe what does the spell look like as you're casting it? Does this obviously it has verbal components, right? Are there somatic?
The verbal
components with it?
component was "Hello, friend. Let's not fight."
Of course, yes.
And it's yeah. So it almost looks like this kind of healing light that just kind of travels from my hands to the creature, and then just kind of dissipates around it. Like a whitish, like soft light. And then I'm gonna turn to everyone and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, it looks friendlier. Maybe we can just like get what we need and get out of here."
It kind of sort of settles down slightly. And yeah, mechanically, what charmed means it can't attack the charmer or target you with damaging abilities or magical effects.
Only works for me.
Yeah,
Yep. It's nice to you, but not everybody else. But in character, you probably have no idea.
I think
It just looks nicer.
Yeah, it's super friendly.
Say that.
Yeah.
All right, you say that, and then what? Anything else?
Yeah. I can't. So where is the actual wreck? Is it on top of it?
It's on top of one of the wings.
Then I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move toward the wreckage, like kind of slowly and cautiously, just to make sure this thing doesn't like attack me as I move forward.
Sure. Yeah. So that would be the rest of your movement.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna end my turn.
All right, and then Nox, then Rev.
As Ro moves forward, I'm gonna kind of like look at the group. I'm like, I don't think that thing's friendly. And then I'm gonna dart to the west, around the trees. And then I would like to try to like stealth, like hide. As I go into the tree line.
Kind of like over all the way like around here-ish.
Yeah, so I have 40 feet of movement now as a monk.
Okay.
So I get to I didn't even
Move
count
a whole
how far
bunch.
you just moved.
5, 10, 15, 20. 25 gets you up to like here.
And then if I stealth, is it half speed?
No, so taking the stealth action, or so what you do is you take the hide action. If you look on your sheet,
Okay.
if you click on the word hide, it'll give you a little pop-up. All of the actions on your sheet will do that. If you click on like each of the individual words listed where it says like hide, action, ready, or attack, all that, it'll pop up in the side panel, tell you exactly what each of those does. But hide means you basically have to break line of sight with the creature, and then you can take the hide action and you do a stealth check, and that is a typically that's an action to do that in order to take the hide action, unless you have a specific feature that lets you do it as a bonus action.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that lets me do it as a bonus action.
Right. So all that means is that even though you've broken line of sight, you haven't gotten quiet enough for it to forget or lose track of where you are.
Yeah.
Like, even if it can't see you, it can still hear you a bit, unless you, take the action for it.
Okay, cool. Just for the sake of like, maybe Rose plan might work, would like to take the hide action.
Yeah. So taking the hide action, you do still have about 15 feet of movement from where you were because you have 40. Yeah. So
Okay,
so that
does it
was
look
25. I just kind of wasn't sure as you were kind of creeping around the edge. I assume you're basically just taking the edge of the trees where you can maintain like some semblance of cover from the clearing, right? Yeah.
If there's within that 15, if there's like anything I can move forward into that looks like reasonable cover, I'd like to use the rest of my movement.
You see, there's that dark brown. There's a downed tree.
If I can get over by that and hunker down.
You can get like right behind that essentially.
Sweet. Yeah, and then I'll.
So you can get right to there with the last 15 feet of your movement.
Perfect. And then I'd like to hide.
Absolutely. So that's a stealth check.
I got an 18.
18. Yeah. So you successfully hide, and now that 18 is going to be the DC for it to try to do a perception check to find you.
Sweet. Okay. Cool. And that's.
Yep. And I don't think you have any bonus actions that other than like an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
If you want to punch the tree, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I think it says I can take the dash action as a bonus action.
That's probably true now. Yes, at level 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I continue to just like parkour through this like tree line stealthily. I guess stealthily. Parkour is not stealthy. I'll just use the rest of my movement to try to get like further, almost like behind.
You could get behind the wreckage. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to get all the way back there and just stay hidden for my turn. So however far.
Sure. I'll pan the camera up a little bit and maybe zoom out just a hair so you can kind of see. There we go.
Okay.
Oops, just a hair too much. Cut the last off. There we go. Okay, so there's this kind of broken tree up here. That's clear, like that's right where the the vehicle crashed through. It's kind of like the top half of the tree is almost broken off.
Okay.
It's in front of the pink ones there. It's a bit difficult to tell exactly what's what, but yeah, you can make it all the way over to there if you wanted. Like
If
in
I
and
can
around
do
that
that,
tree.
stay stealth, like stay hidden still, that would be
Oh, for
great.
sure.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
That'll be
you
my
can
turn.
get like up into there.
Yes.
I mean, you could technically keep going the whole way around if you want, right? Because you would have another 40 feet of movement, so you could even get like all the way over to here, like right behind the thing.
I want to like on my next. I'm planning on starting to investigate the crash site
right,
and look
yep.
for the materials. So I think I'm going to stay right where I am. If
Absolutely.
I feel safe.
All right, Rev.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like move and kind of like dive behind this tree over here. And as I dive over there, I don't trust this thing not to do anything. And so I'm gonna not take the hide action. I'm not actually hiding, but I'm gonna move behind these trees. And then I am going to ready an action.
right. So when you take the ready action, you'll specify what action you'll take and what the trigger is.
Yes.
That will.
If the mantis dude takes any hostile action, I would like to cast Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver. All right, so you're going to ready a Mind Sliver for if this thing takes any hostile actions.
Cool.
All right.
And then that's everything I think that I would like to do.
And then I'll need everybody to give me a quick little perception check.
Just
Why do your guys look so cool?
20 again.
Because they put pictures
You
in.
Yeah, you can go select your dice from the.
Your profile pictures, I think is what he's talking about.
No, he thought her dice looked cool.
Oh. All right. So we got a
Sugi dice.
20, 15,
Yeah.
14. Those who got higher than a 10, less than a 15, you see that there's kind of a brief shadow over the clearing. Those of you who got higher than a 15.
15 or more?
15 or more. 15 or more. 15 or more. Yes, throw. 15 or more. You are also able to look up in time to see a silhouette against the sky. A black silhouette overhead that soars overhead
What?
in this sort of shape.
I want
guess
to turn to Kai and say, Nazgul.
I guess it didn't leave.
Oh no.
I'm trying to warn everybody. Kai's near me, so I'm trying to warn him and say Nazgul because I know he would recognize that from Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Absolutely. But he also
I'm grabbing
recognizes this
Frankie
thing
and putting
because
it up.
this is the beast that shot him down.
Yeah, and as the shadow passes, it makes its first pass. It actually circles back down towards you all. Doesn't actually get quite close enough to engage. Yeah, because it's coming in from there. No, come on. Trying to see if I can get it to fit somewhere. You know what? I'm just gonna cheat.
That's not sure.
Animal friendship. Just kidding.
Whoa, that looks
Oh,
okay. All right,
there we go.
Fine.
blessing.
as there is now an enormous butterfly with like a 20-foot wingspan
That's terrifying.
zooming overhead. It's just now circled to come back. Now it is Dr. Sanguine's turn.
I know we have this guy in Sorcel. How far away is that butterfly? Is quite far away.
The butterfly from you is, it's probably about 50 feet.
But it's 50 feet up and kind of into the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So that means there's clear line of sight still, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm once again going to use one of the bullets in my gun.
And actually, no, I just mapped it at 60 feet away.
60 feet. What's the effective range? 50 to 150. All right, so that still works.
So
I'm gonna.
but it'll be disadvantage, right?
No, it's 50 to 150.
So that means beyond 50 is going to be disadvantage.
and then beyond 150, you can't hit it at all.
So if you step within
Oh.
50 feet of them, you won't
Yep.
have disadvantage.
Then I should have moved
No.
before I do that.
If you want, sure. But
You
we
can
see
do
your
that
roll.
if
We
you
see your
want.
roll now, so it doesn't matter. It's okay. You've already attacked. It doesn't. Like, it would have been an 8 regardless.
Well, if I
It would've
moved
been-
closer, it wouldn't have been within that range, right?
Right, but
It
it would
would've-
have rolled the
but-
first die.
The 8 is the first of the 2 numbers you got.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm stuck with it.
So you fire your shot off towards this butterfly zooming overhead as the shot of your gun rings out and echoes throughout the area. It completely misses.
Oh,
You now have your movement and or a bonus action if you want. You can also take action surge if you wanted to take another action.
can I do that after moving?
Yep.
Then in that case, I'm going to move up next to Kai, in between Kai and Ro.
Yep, halfway in
And-
between.
Yes, and I'm going to take another shot at this butterfly, the
Forgot
only
I have
hostile
to-
creature right now. Would that be close enough or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that's close enough. So this time I'm gonna action surge. So action surge.
Yep, so action surge, just you check it off, and it just means you can take another action, which essentially
okay.
is another attack.
All right, and attack semi-automatic. Get a 14 with Vex, which I can't remember
Yeah,
what is
You
that?
fire off the shot. Vex will give you advantage on your next attack against it, basically.
Okay.
If you hit it. And a 14 absolutely hits. As you
Nice.
fire that shot off, it rips a hole right through the butterfly's wings, doing some number of damage.
All right.
You gotta roll your
Waiting
damage.
for you to roll the damage. This is me
I'm
pausing
sorry. I thought
dramatically.
it did both. I'm sorry. I thought I had
No.
that on.
You have to click to the left of the attack if you want it to do both.
All right.
If you click on the plus, it just rolls the.
Oh, did I just do the hit thing again?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Sorry. There we go.
All right. So it
12.
does 12 damage as that thing just rips right through, leaving a big old gashed hole in the side of its wing. Not quite bloodied yet, but taken quite a beating with that. And then, unless you're using your bonus action, which I don't think you have anything to do with it, it is the praying mantis's turn. As
I
the
don't like
praying
that other
mantis.
bug.
Yeah, there's some more
Oh,
stuff
whoops.
down there.
What? So as the praying mantis lunges forward, walking right over top of Ro.
Oh,
Literally gonna stand directly over top of you.
I think lunging forward counts as hostile action.
it can hostile action you guys. You guys can't hostile action it. I mean, you can, but it'll drop the
Yeah,
spell.
no, I'm just saying for the purpose of my ready to action.
Oh, I mean,
no.
it's
abilities are about to happen.
I wanted something in between Kai.
yeah.
You.
Yeah, if need be.
Listen,
So yeah, as
if Kai goes down, then we don't have to worry about going to the wizard.
no, it literally that's true. It literally just jumps, leaping right over top of Ro as though it was almost protecting her. And with a massive claw starts to swing right down towards Dr. Sanguine. That counts as a hostile action. So it'll make its first attack and then you'll get your thing. You got a 23 to hit as the big ol' claw comes slicing down and deals a whopping 4 slashing damage as it just barely catches you right across the chest.
We're gonna be like, hey!
And then the mind sliver goes off, right? So
Yeah, I accidentally rolled it. I actually rolled it twice.
you accidentally rolled it a lot of times.
Well, I'm not sure why I did that.
I see 4 of
but-
them.
So the second, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't even know
First was a 4 for damage.
Yeah, so it's a intelligence saving throw.
Yep.
DC 13.
Yeah, well, got a 2. Because it's a giant bug.
Yeah. And then
and
it gets a minus D4 to its next saving throw until the end of my next
All right.
turn.
Yeah, and it'll take 4 psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems to like twitch its head ever so briefly. Like, doesn't seem to really react too terribly much as it immediately swings again for 6 slashing damage this time on Dr. Sanguine,
Well,
and then lunges down at you with its teeth. What's your AC?
mine?
Yeah.
14.
14.
So you just did 6 more, right?
6 more with the second attack. Yeah.
All right.
And then with the third attack, it absolutely misses the third. You're very fortunate. That's a low AC, but we're gonna need to get you some better armor, or you're gonna need to not be in the front.
Ro is gonna be like, my plan didn't work, everyone.
As you see the thing standing protectively over top of you.
Didn't attack you, so there's that.
And then it is Frankie's turn.
Okay. Frankie is going to slide over just a bit to here, just so
Yep.
he has a clear shot, and he's going to finger bang that giant mantis.
It's not just
Frankie
runs.
takes a couple steps off to the left to avoid hitting any of his allies and fires off
Oh, so
and almost gets a crit there as the 24 obviously hits. For another whopping 4 damage as we are plinking away at the hardened exoskeleton of this thing. Each of these hits you're seeing slight cracks, but nothing doing any significant damage.
and then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to go over here to kind of, hope that Rev absorbs some blows that I don't have to take.
Strategic.
All right.
I'll be
Jumping
your
over, hiding the rest of the way behind Rev. And then at that point, everybody can give me another perception check. I mean, you don't actually need to give me a perception check this time. There's another beast charging out this time, actually coming right from behind you, Agent Knox.
Oh God.
Almost.
Oh, actually, I need to stand up to reach this spot on the board. It is so far away.
What little
What are all
critter
these
you got?
giant bugs?
Who's the critter?
Tansy would be in. Oh,
This feels like the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie or something.
Yeah, it does. Exactly right.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic analogy. I didn't even think of that.
Have you guys ever played Grounded?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's you get miniaturized and you're like in the yard of like a house, and so you have to deal with like giant size, well, normal size bugs because you're tiny, but it's very much this. Like everything's trying to eat you.
Everything's trying to eat you. Yeah.
Everything is trying to kill us.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of the
That's
That
the
is-
name- that's the
what?
name of the game.
ah,
Everything is trying to kill us.
Everything is trying to kill us. All right. So, yeah, you see charging from the woods behind you. You whirl around Nox, and you see what appears to be a giant beetle charging in at you. And it is. Oof. Dang. Gets a 20 to hit on its bite as it lunges forward with a pair of giant pincers and clamps down on you for 8 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. And while you are grappled, you are restrained as it's got you locked in its massive jaws. Can I actually do this? Does this thing have workable jaws? I think it does.
This is a less than ideal situation.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling, Kai.
And yeah,
So
this
sleep?
one literally knocks. As this guy charges in, he literally knocks a tree over, and I'm not going to put it back up with you in his mouth. I'm not going to try to fix it. These things, it's too fragile, apparently. But either way, that is all it is doing. Oh no, it is also. Yeah, it is going to do a crunch as it attempts to clamp down tighter.
Ouch.
So my stealth didn't do anything for that thing just running in. He
But-
just beelined it right for me, and
From behind you, you didn't break line of sight with this one.
Gotcha.
Because it was stealthed, and yeah, you all didn't know. And as it basically, just clamps onto you, holding you in its jaws, it tramples down, kind of charging towards the rest of the group. And then you manage to just hold the jaws open as you feel it trying to clamp tighter and tighter, squeezing against you. You just barely manage to get one of your hands in the claw, and it is just barely holding on to you, crunching through the machine and breaking itself. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna update the camera in a second, but it is now Kainai's turn.
Okay. I think
So did I not take damage from that?
The second
crunch
one, no, exactly. From the crunch, you managed to, it got an 8. I assume your AC is right.
It's higher than
Exactly.
me.
You did break the beetle. That's literally what's happening right now. Is you broke the beetle as I'm trying to fix it.
I think the answer for me has got to be sleep.
Yeah.
I think I got to take out the beetle on the left and free up Nox.
I'm fine.
I mean, taking down the butterfly is just going to end up doing the fall damage. So that's, yeah. I'll cast sleep on the beetle.
Whoa.
So since he's close enough anyway, it looks like I'm just going to turn. I'll put the target for it near the back portion of the beetle, such that it's not going to hit Nox with the AOE,
Sure.
and cast sleep.
Sleep again.
It's
Are they clo-
got to be
close
the
enough?
answer here. So Wisdom 13 saving throw.
What's the what's the range on that guy?
It's a 60-foot range.
Oh yeah. You're only 30 feet away from its mouth, so yeah, you
Yep.
got plenty of range to get that to shoot it behind.
Yep.
Are they close enough that you could hit both of them in it?
Only
No,
if he
it's a
also
5 foot.
It's a
It's a
tart.
5 foot diameter. Well, you tell me, Bill. It's a 5 foot. It's a 5 foot radius sphere.
not quite. No.
Okay. Okay. Then, yeah, I'll put it near the back of the beetle and try to get the beetle.
Yeah.
Wisdom 13.
As the sleeping dust washes over it, it immediately starts to get
Yes.
woozy as it has absolutely failed its saving throw.
Wonderful.
Nice. Nice.
What? So it is currently. Remind me again. First, it's a
Sure,
two-stage,
so-
right? So first
yeah, so-
fail.
Each creature in the 5 foot radius sphere centered on the point must make the wisdom saving throw or have the incapacitated condition
Incapacitated. Okay.
until the end of the next turn, at which
Yep.
point it must repeat
It'll
the
do it.
save
Yep.
or go
Or-
unconscious.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure it was incapacitated was the first condition.
Yes.
Cool. Which does that open grapples?
It does.
I think so. Yeah.
So I'll turn. Turn, flicker the wand, Somnaris, and watch the beetle start to fall asleep again.
As the beetle starts to teeter and slumber, it's incapacitated as its jaw goes slack, letting Nox roll out onto the ground, still prone.
Sleep is doing work.
And
Yes, it
then,
is.
are you doing any movement or anything before we end your turn and go back to the top of order?
Yeah, I really should. So I will move behind. Is this a fallen metal pillar or something like that on the right hand
wait.
side of the mantis? In the camera right of the
It
mantis.
is wood.
It's wood. Okay, it's like a fallen
Yeah.
log or something. Got it.
Hold on. Can you point to it?
Yeah. I sure can.
So I can actually identify. It's either a fallen log or yeah. So that's like a big old branch, like a log that's kind of leaning against rock and stuff, and it's actually sort of growing. It's like old and decaying, but there seems to be like some flowers and stuff growing out of it, almost as
Okay.
though the magic has done some weird stuff.
Sorry. No, I'll move back toward where Rev is hiding behind that tree, and that seems like a good spot for me to hang out.
Yeah, there's no big hunks of metal in here, just different textures and types of wood and foliage things.
Playing sardines at this point.
All right. You said to where are you moving? Sorry.
Next to where Rev is standing,
Yeah,
behind the
right.
tree there.
Everybody's hiding off in the corner. Got it. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of space between me and that big angry bug.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then we're back to the top with Ro. My stream just appears to have gone blank. Is it still working in? Okay, it's still working.
It's still working.
OBS is just freaking out then. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I think my OBS is I just see it out of the corner of my eye, like it's just blinking off periodically. Just let me know if the actual YouTube stream blinks off.
Yeah,
We
we're
haven't
good.
seen it
So
happen.
far, so good.
Okay.
Good so
So
far.
it's
The
just
sound and everything
something.
is
It's
fine.
just something with the laptop is shutting off entirely. Hopefully the app lasts another hour.
Oh.
So back to the top with Ro
Hold on.
with your guardian praying mantis standing over top of you.
All right. So, how high up in the air is this butterfly again?
The butterfly.
Yeah.
The butterfly is currently 30 feet up, and it is over 1, 2, Yeah, from where you are, it is 40 feet away. It's slightly off camera because I don't have anywhere good to put it amongst all the trees to
Okay.
make it actually stay. Let me see if I can. Will it sit on this branch? Oh, that holds it. Okay.
Oh boy. I think I am going to I think I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna just play it safe. I'm gonna move into the wreckage area
Mm-hmm. Use it, charge.
and
Okay.
yeah, just kind of right underneath the mantis.
Just straight underneath it.
Yep.
It is 2 sizes larger than you, so it does count as it is a huge creature. So it you can definitely just like run underneath its legs and stuff without it counting as difficult terrain. So yeah, you're kind of behind it. I could turn it a little bit so we can see you better.
Okay.
But
It's fine. I'm
Yeah,
digging
you're-
around. I'm digging around in the wreckage.
digging around in the wreckage. All right. So do you want to do like an investigation check to try to look
gonna
for crystals, or
I'm gonna search for crystals or anything that I believe could help Kai so that we can get out of here.
yeah. Okay, so go ahead and that would be an investigation check.
I'm like bad at this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Cool.
Yeah, you look around, you see lots of wood and rope, and there's like some aluminum like little gears and like pulleys and things. But as you're poking around amongst the wreckage, you do not see anything that appears to be like magical or glowing, or you don't appear to find any crystals. And then, do you have a bonus action?
I am going to. Who comes after me? I'm going to.
Let her do her. She got it.
I'll ask the question. Does inspiration go away after a long rest for?
Nope. Inspiration never goes away, but also you can only have one of them, and you can. When you do a long rest, you get a new one.
Sorry, Bardic.
Bardic
Oh,
inspiration
Bardic.
lasts an hour.
Oh, Bardic. Yep. You get an hour.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll turn to Nox since he's the one who was just grabbed by this beetle, and I'll be like, come help me look for these crystals. Let's go. You can do this, and I will cast inspiration.
All right. Bardic inspiration to Nox. All right, Nox, what do you got?
All
As
right.
the beetle is like incapacitated, slowly crumbling its way to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just outside of its jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks like
yeah.
it's about to like collapse on top of you if you don't move.
Yeah, so I'm going to remember my martial arts training, and acrobatically, like I'm gonna put like one knee up and then kick my other leg like into the air, and then like push myself backwards and do like a backwards roll to stand up, rolling towards the wreckage where Ro just called me, and it's half my movement to stand up.
Yep, half of your movement. So it'll take 20 of your movement speed to stand up. Of course, we know you have that if you're not using a bonus action attack. You've got your bonus action dash now that you have on tap too.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and then I'll use the remaining movement to get to, I guess, a different part of the wreckage that Ro's not immediately near.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe on the other, if I can get on the other side.
Like,
of the
yeah,
wreckage.
you could easily like scramble like way up and like into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to do that, and then just look for stuff. Look for the crystals. with the jeweler's knowledge of like ones aren't good, probably.
All right, yeah.
And the whatever I think would fix or help with Kai's memory, knowing like having examined him, I would look specifically for components I think it would need.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me an investigation check. And I'll give you advantage on it.
Oh, cool.
Because of the tool proficiency.
Well, there's a 1 and then a 3.
Nice.
Which plus 0 to all of that. So.
Yeah, so both Ro and Nox forget to actually open up any of the panels where, the crystals would be on the inside of the thing to keep the crystals protected and stuff.
That makes sense.
You're like checking the wings, checking like all of the like the struts and like the actual like components and stuff, but you're seeing a lot. Yeah. Haven't gotten into like the power source or the because last night I believe Kai told you that there would have been 2 types of crystals similar to him. Red ones would have been providing power, and the blue ones would have been providing like some sort of control. And it's the blue ones that you're looking for.
So out of frustration of not finding anything, Nox is gonna kind of just get annoyed, and he's gonna use his bonus action to unarmed strike. It's one of the side panels. I'm just he's just gonna punch the craft, being like, where the hell is the shit? And he's gonna punch it.
I'm gonna ask for a D20.
Oh no, are you gonna break the crystals?
D20 luck check.
Oh no!
We'll find out. Don't roll a 1.
Oh god, he said it.
A 15. Yeah, you crack open like it's actually a very, very lightweight wooden panel. It's like literally just like a thin little piece of wood that's has
it's like hobby board.
It has to
basically
stay afloat.
Basically, it's like Luan. It's like a real we're talking like an 1/8-inch sheet thick piece of plywood that's like just has like a couple little drywall screws in it, holding it in place, and you just like crack right through it, and as it splinters open, you see inside absolutely a bunch of crystals. You see a shimmering of blue crystals. But you've now used all of your stuff that you can't actually take them.
Yeah, I know, but with my hand in it, I'm just gonna be like, Ro, I think I found it.
I think I found them, guys.
Tiny.
I can't believe that works.
They are all embedded into like a little board, so it would actually take time like to extract them. Like you can't just grab them and go unless you like try to rip the entire component out, which is doable, but would probably require an athletics check. Versus like taking an action to remove 1 or 2 of them.
Okay. Well, if I have a plan for that when my turn comes to it.
Yep, that'll be a future turn. Rev.
Else. Yeah.
All right, Rev, and then Dr. Sanguine. Or no, Rev, and then the butterfly, then Dr. Sanguine.
Okay. I feel very inspired to selflessly run up and maybe protect Dr. Sanguine. We'll see.
I'll nominate Rev for heroic inspiration or whatever it's called.
Yeah, you could. 25 feet will get you to here.
But as I'm running up to the mantis, I would like to. I don't like either of those options. As I'm running up to it, I'm going to use guiding bolt. I said it. That's what we're gonna do.
Oop. Get my sleeve out of the way.
That's not bad at all. I'll take that. It's 21 to hit and 19 radiant damage.
Ooh, so charging up to it. So before you get within melee range,
yeah.
You're firing off the guiding bolt as you're charging forward. Give us the flavor. What are you saying? What's it look? Obviously, it's a big bolt of light of some sort.
Yeah. So I didn't think that far. As I start running up, I'm just like I'm gonna reach out my hand as I'm running up, and I'm just gonna yell out, "Leave my friends alone!" And as I reach out, just this bright white bolt just shoots out and just like hits the thing right into the chest. As I run up next to Dr. Sanguine and be like, I got you. We can do this together.
Yeah, and it takes 19 radiant damage as that big old blast just erupts right through it for 19. It is now bloodied with that, which means it is at least at half health. And you now, yeah, with that big old, you literally see like you've just lopped off. Actually, I'll go ahead and give it to you. Oh, damn. Autofocus looking at my arm.
Yeah.
As you knocked one of the arms off.
Nice.
Dropping it down to 2 attacks per turn instead of 3.
Fair enough.
It hisses, looking down where its like arm just was, as it's now exploded off at the shoulder.
Okay, so as I do that, I'm going to use my bonus action. To use an ability from my Goliath
Race. Yep.
race and
All right.
species. Yeah.
Species, yes, you're Goliath.
I'm going to use Cloud Jaunt, and I'm going to teleport. Well, actually, how much movement do I have left?
Used.
Sorry, I have 35 feet total. I should have asked.
Oh, it was 25 to get you to there.
Okay, so just 10 more. Yeah, I'm gonna teleport behind it to then create like a distraction in an advantage situation.
So flanking no longer gives advantage, just FYI.
Yeah, I learned that last week.
Flanking is gone.
I was heartbroken.
Absolutely insane.
There's lots of other ways to gain advantage, so they removed it.
Fine. I'm actually not. I'm gonna like go underneath of it then.
Yeah, running underneath it, absolutely.
Yeah, run underneath of it. Because why not?
Sure.
Oh, I missed that one.
Can I nominate Rev for heroic inspiration for just like diving right into the fray after seeing everyone get really jacked up?
I get it.
You claim inspiration for claiming the things on your sheet, on
Yeah,
your features or under your personalities and traits section.
So when I felt really inspired by being selfless, that's in my thing. That's why I said it that way.
Okay, so you've got so your personality trait is that you have selflessness, like an insane amount of selflessness. Got it. Yep. Then absolutely, yeah. So if you want to,
yeah. So, but I'm gonna like run underneath it to kind of like distract it and pull its attention towards me, so that hopefully it stops attacking Dr. Hermes.
so are you doing? So you've already used your action. Okay, so hopefully distracting it.
Yeah. If not, I got you. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get underneath of it to like protect me a little bit, also from the like butterfly thing. If that makes sense. But
oh, I see. Yeah. Hopefully it can, the butterfly can't hit you because it's okay.
That's it.
And then the butterfly, with its big ol' fly speed, is going to fly right overhead and it is going to basically get directly over top of the middle of the battlefield, kind of directly above the praying mantis, and it is going to turn down towards the wreckage, where Ro and Nox are investigating. And as it kind of swoops over to above you, I'm gonna need you both to make some wisdom saving throws. As a magical effect washes over you that seems almost familiar. So yeah, wisdom saving throw for Rowan Knox. What do we got? A 12 and a 21. What? Contemplating using your inspiration?
Can I use it?
So your heroic inspiration will give you a reroll. Yep, if you use your heroic inspiration. Yep.
I'm gonna use it. Oh, thank God.
Great.
All right. As the butterfly flies over top of you and it or above you, yeah, and a sort of magical dust washes over you as you all manage to resist falling asleep.
Oh, right. That's where I got that trick.
Oh,
Gotta get these crystals back. So much information that would be helpful.
Maybe.
Right.
And that was its action, and it doesn't use any bonus actions. But it is now basically directly kind of above the wreckage slash and the praying mantis, and it's about 30 feet up. Oops. Anyway, it is Dr. Sanguine's turn.
okay. Now I'm pretty bloodied, so I'm pretty worried about this praying mantis so in front of us. I'm going to. I think this is like the 7th bullet I'll be firing. I'm gonna shoot it again.
You are. Does he have disadvantage? Kyle, do you remember? Melee range?
He would have
Range.
disadvantage if he was shooting from melee range. Is he in melee range?
He is.
Then yes.
I think
It's a huge creature. It's covering those 9 spaces. It's kind of hard to tell because it's got a
I think I took
base plate.
wasn't there
Does he have the archery
something-
feet?
I do
or
have the archery
no?
feet
He has
somewhere.
the
Hold on,
archery
let me
fighting
find it.
style.
Oh, the
but he
fighting
doesn't-
style. Yep.
But
Okay.
he doesn't have.
So yeah. So
He doesn't yet have sharpshooter. So
Yep,
he
yep.
is.
Yep. So yeah, while you're within melee range, you have disadvantage on ranged attacks if you've got any enemies within melee range. What you do have as a bonus action is your second wind to heal.
So
before
I
you
was
do
going to
anything.
do that at the very end, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you
I definitely need to do that. But I guess I should move a little bit
If you-
further back towards Kai so that
if
I
you
can
move
have
back-
that space.
If you
move
leave
back-
melee range, it gets an
Yeah.
opportunity attack against you as a reaction, unless you take the disengage action. But
then
that
you
means
won't
you're
get to
going to
shoot.
forfeit your attack in order to run away.
So I would have a disadvantage on shooting my weapon. However, I'm going to pull out both of my daggers that I will be
Absolutely.
able to use Nick with, so I can attack with both.
Yep.
And I'll do that right now. So I'll click on. It's not doing it. Yeah. I guess I'll just have to do them individually. It's not working. Okay. So to hit the first one, I got a 13 and a 10. Damage 7. Got a 7 and an 18.
So yeah,
I almost
first-
want to use my hero inspiration to get that 18. Can.
So you wouldn't get to use the 18. You would have to re-roll it. We ignore the 18
Oh.
completely. It's just, it didn't exist.
Okay.
You got a 13 and a 7 on your hits.
All right. I'll just do the. whatever
So yeah,
damage hit that.
you slash up with the both of your daggers.
Mhm.
Neither of them hit.
Neither of them hit. Oh shit.
13 doesn't hit either.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right.
As you, yep.
All right. I'm gonna do second wind.
You've already used it.
Huh?
You get to you can only use it once per short rest.
He hasn't used
I
it
can
yet.
use it 2 times per long rest, and we just had a long rest. And
2 times per long rest, once per short rest.
And
Oh, they-
then
did
I
they
what I
change
did
it?
use
They've
was
they've increased your ability for
I
it.
used action
Oh, my
surge.
bad.
And he
I
used
used
action surge last turn. He didn't
That's
use
what it
second
was.
wind yet.
Oh, I'm gonna use
my
second wind.
fault.
But they did
It's okay.
give you more uses of second wind as you level up now.
So I'm doing that.
So you're going to regain 12 hit points as after futilely striking and lashing out with your dagger at this thing, unable to penetrate its hardened carapace, you
Okay, then I'll
quickly
heal
recover
12.
for 12 hit points and staying right underneath it.
I should probably move.
If you leave, it gets 1 free attack. If you don't leave, it could potentially have 2 attacks on you if it chooses not to attack Rev. That's your choice. But make the
I will move closer to.
You can run around it as long as you don't leave it.
Okay, then I'll run around it. In that case, I'll run around it closer towards the main.
The wreckage.
The wreckage, yes.
So like, yeah, you could like run around to here,
Yeah,
and like you're kind of like circling it.
that works for me because then I'll have an angle on the butterfly too.
Yeah, you're actually the most directly underneath the butterfly.
Oh shit! Wasn't my original intention, but I'll stay with it. Let's see what happens. Let it roll.
You got this. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Back up to full health.
Are you back to full
Yes.
with that? Oh, okay, perfect.
And the mantis is bloodied, it looks like, from the turn.
Yes, it is. It is.
And so is the butterfly. Well, no, not bloody.
The butterfly is wounded but not bloodied.
Thanks, Rev. I got you, bro. I owe you one.
No worries.
I'll try to take it from this side.
Okay, and then anything else or no? No, we're good.
I
Okay,
don't think I can
so
do anything else.
the giant scorpion, or sorry, not giant scorpion, giant praying mantis. Said
What?
the wrong thing. Wrong bug. Brain fart. Lunges down towards Rev. Absolutely. What is your AC, Rev?
18.
Yeah. So as it slices down at you with this giant claw, that's literally like the claw itself is the size of your body. As it slices across, you're able to quickly just poof, bat the arm away with your bat. However, the teeth, the gnarly teeth, come down to start to pinch you. That will hit unless you have like a reaction of sorts.
Not this time.
No reaction? Okay. So yeah, as the teeth come down, catching you right in the shoulder, sinking in, dealing 9 piercing damage as they go right through the catcher's gear.
All right.
But that is it for its turn. And then it is Frankie.
All right. Oops. Frankie is going to.
And I can pan the camera over a bit if you need.
No, it's okay. Frankie's going to step over to here and shoot another Eldritch Blast at the Mantis. Now, does that still have advantage, or is it just the next attack after Guiding Bolt?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. So Dr. Sanguine would have had advantage on that first attack. Oh, it still didn't hit.
It still didn't hit.
So it's just the first attack, right, on Guiding Bolt?
One of
It
them
is.
had 18.
Yeah, but that was the
No,
second.
That was second attack.
It's only the first attack gets the advantage.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, only
Okay,
one
so
attack
I don't
gets
have
it.
advantage. is what you're
Correct.
saying. Okay. All right. Well, I'm still doing it. So. Ugh.
Frankie charges around, trying to finger bang, blasting off towards the praying mantis as the shot goes wide, whistling off through the trees.
And I think that's like the 5th 4 I've rolled tonight. And then I'm gonna just move back to where I was. Your turn.
About shoot.
Peeking, shooting, and hiding. Absolutely. Guerrilla tactics. Let's go.
American way.
He's been in a shootout before. He knows.
Now let's go. Wisdom save fail. Wisdom 13.
Wisdom save it fail for the giant bug.
Let's see it.
Got a 4.
Yeah, he's up.
As
Yeah,
it
he's asleep.
Teeters and just with a big sigh collapses to the ground.
Yes.
So does he have to like fail it twice?
Yeah, so the
He already
first
did.
incapacitates it,
Yeah.
And then at the
I'll-
start of its
okay.
turn, it does a second one, which actually puts it to sleep.
Oh, sweet. So that's really good.
So now it's unconscious for a full minute, and as long as I can maintain concentration.
Yep. And then it is
Oh.
Kai's turn.
So, having watched it fall asleep, this is even better. A shredding guitar riff fills the air, and you hear James Hetfield's voice scream out, "For whom the bell tolls!" As I cast, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the mantis.
All right. And it does another wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom 13.
Got a 14.
Ah, fair enough.
Oh.
No damage.
As it just shakes it off and completely ignores you. We're back to the top of the order with Ro. Well, yeah, Ro and then Nox and then Rev.
Okay, so that was all for you, Kai. Just making sure.
Yep, I got
Okay,
everything.
All right. Oh, okay. I think I am going to. Yeah. Let's try it. I'm gonna turn to this flying butterfly thing, and like, you hurt my friend. Get out of here. Get on out of here. And I'm going to command it to.
Command it to flee.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all. That's a wisdom saving throw again.
13, yeah.
13 wisdom save. Lucky. Got a 10.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mental saves on beasts. You know.
Although this one's actually good at wisdom.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Well, good to know moving forward.
This specific one, but it still failed. So it does on its turn. It will use its entire movement to flee, right?
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
But that'll be on its turn. All right. And then anything else before it is Nox's turn? You still kind of like taking cover amongst the wreckage.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay kind of where I am, trying to avoid, any of the onslaught.
Avoid being noticed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Fortunately, the butterfly is going to be running away. The beetle is asleep, so that just leaves the hack and slash praying mantis. All right, and then it is Nox's turn.
As Ro like shouts out this command, I'm gonna like watch the butterfly turn to leave. And Nox is going to kind of like center himself with a quick like clap of his hands and and he's going to reach in and pull out his jeweler's tools. And as he's doing that, he's going to say, the blue morpho butterfly doesn't actually go into a cocoon. It just grows wings. And it's like one of the only butterfly that do that. And it's like really, and I think that's blue, it looks like a huge blue morpho. And not for anything. It literally does nothing for my character. I just wanted to...
Give me a nature check.
Oh, you make me do all the rules of that. 6.
You said a 6?
Yeah, I got a 6. A 9, maybe. No, it's a 6.
Out of character, you are absolutely correct. 100%. It is indeed a blue morpho.
It's just a really cool butterfly.
In character, it's a butterfree though.
So anyways, then I'm pulling out my jeweler's tools, and I would like to try to start extracting the best looking crystals, blue ones. Yeah. So
yeah. So go ahead and you won't, so that'll be a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
With advantage because of proficiency with the jeweler's tools.
Okay, well I got a 19 on the first one,
which is a total of 24. So
and then
I don't think we're worried.
Yeah. And then
All right. So yeah, you're able to quickly go pop like your jeweler's tools in there and just go pop, 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 and you can see that there's about a dozen of them that appear to still be intact, and you're able to quickly with that first action get 6 of them.
6 of the total dozen.
Yep, 6 of the 12 good ones.
Okay.
Nice.
You're able to rapidly pop off in quick succession there with that roll.
All right. I'm gonna, as I'm doing that, I'm gonna look over at Ro and be like, think I can get the rest of these if we have a little bit more time.
I think we have a little time.
What's going on out there?
And Ro just peeks out, and we see Rev.
I can't see anything.
Right. So Ro peeks out to say, and as the camera looks and peeks over to see Rev and Dr. Sanguine running circles around this praying mantis, as Rev does. It's your turn, Kurt.
As
Let's see. I don't like this particular situation. I'm going to. I'm going to this time actually bonus action cloud jaunt away.
All right. 30 feet?
Yes, I would like to.
That gets you all the way back to the edge of the board if you want to. Actually, one square off screen if you really want to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I will like. Can I get to like where Ro and Nox are, and still see the praying mantis?
Oh yeah, you could be like up on top of the wreckage.
Okay. I want to get right next to them.
Sure.
And as I do that, I would like to then again. It worked well last time, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm going to. That's a critical hit. Yes. I want a guiding bolt. So it's actually less damage than last time still, but I rolled like insane on the last one. But
yeah.
It's a critical hit as I teleport away from the praying mantis and I guiding bolt back towards it.
Wait, you hit it with a critical hit? So
yeah.
Did you do 29 damage?
No. I don't know why, Kurt. You're rolling your damage extra after your attacks.
I'm only doing it once. I don't know what's going on.
You're just clicking the spell once, and that's it. Yeah, it's been rolling an extra damage after all of your attacks tonight.
That's really weird.
Huh. My fault.
So that's the that 18. So when 18, I rolled it, that 18 showed up as critical damage.
Wait. So what? Oh yeah. Oh, that's why. Because it's 4d6. 4d6 is normal damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the 11. So yeah, it's 29. That's why.
Oh, okay.
That's why the extra is the critical damage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's we'll play with settings sometime off stream, but yeah.
Okay. So
you got 29 damage
I see better. Hey, I'll take it.
As you blow its head off. On the previous one where it's happened, you might have gotten a crit on the second die, which is why it gives it to you anyways, just in case.
Maybe.
But yeah, you absolutely explode its head.
And
the head literally just pops off sizzling and lands right at your feet, Dr. Sanguine.
Oh, thank God.
But as I do this and I teleport next to Ro and Nox and I blow this thing's head off, I was like a little bit more frustrated a second ago, but as I see this thing die, I'm gonna be like, guys, we're like almost dying. Can you help us?
I'm completing the objective.
And then the Butterfree flies away.
Butterfly flies away.
And then Ro just points and it's just flying away. What? I did the thing. What do you mean?
I'm I got 6 crystals in my hand.
Yeah. So like I didn't realize that you're like that's what
couldn't see
happened.
you.
So
He just
right,
saw you
So we're like
Ran
dying,
away.
and like Dr. Sanguine is like
almost
he's
dead.
back, but
He's
he, like-
back, but he
No.
is like
No, I'm at
profusely
full health.
bleeding.
he
Well,
patched
you
himself
weren't.
up.
What I'm saying is like
Oh yeah.
and so like in my mind, Ro and Nox are like screwing around in this airship while like you're nearly dying.
Like they snuck off to make out in the airship while
Yeah,
you guys
like
are fighting.
they're doing a thing. They're doing a thing. And so so I teleport to them. And we're like, but then as all this is happening, I kind of just like diffuse a little bit and be like, well, actually I think we're okay. But there's still that thing to deal with. As I kind of point to the beetle. And I guess the thing is gonna come back. Maybe.
I forget how
Gotta
the
get up fast.
so does command keep going, or is it just for one round?
I believe it's just the one round.
Because it's the level
Ooh.
1 spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it would have used all of its
uses all of
movement
its
to fly
movement this turn and all of its movement next turn.
to get
So, like,
back.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really
Yeah.
doing much, but like
Correct.
yeah. But yeah, so like
It gives us a little bit of time.
when I teleport, I'm a little bit you can see that I'm a little bit frustrated. And then when I blow this thing up and I see this thing going away, like maybe not as much. But yeah, they're like, hey, a little bit of help.
I think we're
And then
done
it's
then.
Dr. Sanguine's turn.
Now I do have to ask. That beetle, is it still asleep?
Asleep.
Is that the
It
deal?
is asleep. Yep.
It's asleep for the
And
next.
if I were for the next minute, but if I were to attack it, it would immediately wake up.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to
Alright.
do that. I'm going to quickly run into the airship with them.
Uh-huh.
And since I know they're looking for crystals, I'm going to help with that because I believe you said it was sleight of hand check.
Extracting the crystals that he has already found would be a sleight of hand.
All right, I got +5
It's-
to that. I'll do
it's-
that.
Well,
I'm not gonna move out of the way.
he's in the
when you
like
walk
he's
around.
like in. So the
You're-
crystals that he found are in a little
Okay.
hatch. They're in like a little
Okay.
hatch. He's got his hands in the engine of the ship, essentially, pulling them out.
All right.
So you run up to them and you see that that Nox is literally has his hands like inside the ship and is like has his tools and is actively going pop pop and removing crystals from like inside.
Well, shit. Okay, that throws a wrench into my original idea.
You wouldn't have known in character. You couldn't see.
Yeah.
So you charge into the
I
ship.
guess
to
I'll
see
straight
us.
up ask and be like, "You want me to help look for more, or should we start getting ready to fight?"
There's probably other compartments in here. Are you guys okay?
Yes. If you
Um,
want to look for more, you can do an investigation check.
I got these right here. I'm gonna pull these 6 out here in a second, but
I mean, we're gonna have 12. So, but I can't really do anything peremptory.
Quick
So I guess I'll
call.
do an investigation check.
Investigation check as you join the group and start to look for some more.
All right.
anything will help.
Get a 15.
Yeah. So as you poke around, you find another compartment that actually out near kind of each of the wings. You find one kind of on one side near where the one wing is mounted that has 3 more crystals in it, and you would imagine that the other wing would have 3 more as well.
Okay. Am I able to also start extracting them or no?
No, because you like it's inside a panel again, so you like are
Okay.
like prying some panels open and managed to find
Okay.
one, but that was your action for the turn was to do that.
Okay.
On your
Okay.
next turn, you could use another action to try to like pop them out. Again, they're
Okay.
like embedded in like components. But yeah, so you find 3 more. Then the praying mantis is dead, and then it is Frankie's turn.
I guess giving a wide berth to that sleeping beetle. I'm gonna kind of make my way. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to say. I'm gonna go in this direction,
Eyeball it.
going towards the ship. But again, keeping a wide berth of that beetle there.
Sure. 30 feet of movement would get you to there.
Okay, works for me. That's my turn.
Yep. You can see the butterfly off in the distance up to the east flying away. It's about from where you're at now. It's about 80 feet away. Or yeah.
but it's flying away.
Currently,
moment.
but it is about to turn around.
Well,
You
whether
I
we
come-
know
what it
that
is.
is a question.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna
Ro
take
commanded
all
it to
right,
leave,
Then
and
I'm gonna
it
keep-
turned around and started leaving.
Then I'm going to ready Eldritch Blast for if that moth gets within 50 feet of us again.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, readying the finger bang, firing, pointing up at it. The
Go
beetle is
Frankie.
asleep, and then it is Kai's turn.
I suppose I'm gonna have to do a similar thing. I will. I'll stay where I am, and I'll ready a Toll the Dead spell for when it gets within. Again, within we'll say 50 feet for the same trigger.
Sure. Within 50 feet of Frankie,
Within.
because you're
Well-
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're 25 feet farther than Frankie.
Let me get closer. In that case, I'll move up next to Frankie.
All right, so
and do the same.
following along. Okay, perfect. Yep. Just wanted to double check whether we were going
Yeah.
for a 1-2 whammy as it flew across.
Yeah,
Right.
I would expect so.
Yep.
Like,
All
we'll
right.
see.
And then it is back to Ro.
Yes. So okay. I think I'm just gonna. Can I just message back to I'm gonna message to. Oh, not really that far.
You're only like 30 feet away from people,
Yeah.
maybe 40. You're definitely
Um,
within shouting distance. As you just saw Kai and Frankie charge up, run up, each like holding their like fingers or their wand out, ready to attack the butterfly.
Okay, I think I'm going
actually,
to.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm not dropping concentration on sleep, and I have to call
Oh, yep.
concentration on the spell to do
To
that.
ready a spell.
So
Yep.
I am not going to ready the spell. Instead, what I'll do is I'll cast minor. Can we just rewind my turn?
Yeah,
real
minor
fast?
illusion. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
yep.
go
real
ahead.
fast.
Go ahead.
While
I'm just
you
gonna
Go
go back to
while you
where I
take
was
mine.
and cast minor illusion on around Frankie so that he's hidden by a fake bush.
Yep.
Oh,
So
that's
Frankie,
nice.
suddenly a magical bush appears
Yep.
around you.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Frankie's used to magical bush.
We call that a merkin.
Go Frankie.
Keep that finger bang, ready. Anyway.
American.
All right. I think I am going to. Can I bonus? I'm just so I'm understanding. Can I bonus this action first? Is that
Yes.
like okay.
Yes, unless it has a specific prerequisite, like the bonus action that you're doing. Like unless it
Okay.
says like after you do blah blah blah.
Okay, I don't believe that.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna look over at Knox, who's kind of getting these crystals out, and doesn't look. I'm assuming you have some blood, some marks on you.
Oh yeah, I'm hurt.
Yeah. Okay. And I am gonna cast Healing Word.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
7.
Seven
Yep.
healing.
And what do you say?
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I just kind of lean over and like pet Knox's head. Be like, "You're doing great."
You're doing great. And
I don't
he
break.
heals.
I don't break concentration. It's a few blinks.
Yep. And all right. Anything else?
Yeah. Then I'm gonna toward Frankie.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you were doing. I just heard I'm gonna toward
Run
Frank.
away toward Frankie. I'm running.
Running away. Running away. All right.
As I run away, I'm gonna be like, "Hurry up, guys!" I've realized
You mean
I
toward
can't
that?
see. I didn't even see any of the crystals in there, so.
You mean you're gonna run toward that picturesque bush?
Yeah.
The view.
The picturesque
Yes,
bush.
exactly.
I'd like for all of the
I
viewers
wasn't
at
there a
home
minute
to
ago.
imagine it as whatever type of bush you'd like to imagine.
Theater of the mind.
More of a shrubbery.
Changes the visual.
All right.
Can I ready something with my action?
Yep.
I guess I'll just ready word of radiance.
Yep.
Oh wait.
And a reminder, if it's a leveled spell, you will still have to burn the spell slot, even if it doesn't go off.
No, I know I don't really have much, so I'll ready word of radiance.
Sure. For if it gets within 50 feet, like everybody else, ready for when this butterfly inevitably turns around in 3 seconds. All right, and then it is Rev's turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna ready Toll the Dead though. I'm gonna take Kai's spot.
All right,
yeah.
taking Ty's spot on the
I think
roll
he
to dead.
protects
Got
us
it.
from the
Yep.
beetle.
All right, and then it absolutely turns around and starts flying back, gets to within
got
50 feet of
skips.
range, and everything all starts firing off.
Got skips.
Knox got
I'm
skipped. Sorry.
after.
Oh, sorry. You're gonna be. I assume you're doing your action to do your thing.
Yeah. It was pretty much going to be the same
You're
thing
gonna
as last
continue to do your
time
thing.
without
Sorry. Yeah. I apologize.
without the spitting of the butterfly facts.
Yeah, give me the, give me your dexterity or sleight of hand with advantage.
Another 19 on the first roll, and then let's see if I do better. 9 on the second. So 19 plus.
I mean, it's you got 25
Yeah, I got 24.
or 24. Yeah. It's the same thing as last time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, you absolutely are able to get the other 6 out effortlessly.
Okay. Cool.
Pop. So you got all 12.
Can I bonus action dash?
Yep. So that you got 80 feet of movement to use.
Yeah. I think 12 crystals is good. I don't know. I'm going, and I don't know really anybody else is like trying, so I'm going to book it towards the group.
All right, back towards the bush and row, because you've got Dr. Sanguine and Rev with you in the.
They're by the ship.
They're in the ship with you.
Oh, never mind. Okay, cool.
Row has went back towards Frankie, who is now looks at the bush.
Got you. My bad. I didn't realize they were like in the ship with me. I'm gonna look at me like, look, guys, I got 12 blue ones. That should be enough to repair his memory at least a little bit. Do we want to stay and find more?
I mean, I'm down. I did expose some more, but what do you think, Rev?
I mean, we're already here. I think we can take down this.
Yeah.
I think we can take this sucker down while we wait, and then I think we can run away. The beetle's sleeping.
Okay. Then as a bonus action, I will take. I won't bonus action dash. I will. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't do that. What's the one where you give them disadvantage if they attack you?
That would be the
The
dodge.
The dodge action.
Okay.
But you've used your action, so
I think you might have it as a bonus action.
I get a whole bunch of.
Oh yeah.
Can I punch another panel? Honestly.
As a bonus action, sure.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna try to find one that looks like there might be crystals in there. I'm like,
Give me
I don't have very high intelligence.
Yeah, give me a D20. Random D20.
I'm just gonna turn to the next like panel looking thing and just like put my palm through it. Ooh. Ew.
A 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you try to put your palm through it. Apparently, this one seems to be reinforced directly behind where you went to go punch.
That wasn't a panel.
That wasn't a panel.
They just stop for a second. Just like,
So yeah,
shot back in.
you could see like the little lip around the square where you're punching, and it like looks like it's a panel, but it's actually just like a carved decorative layer where it's actually just 1/8 of an inch thicker than the rest of the wood around it.
I'm gonna stand back and straighten up my suit and end my turn.
Yeah, and then the butterfly turns around and zooms back in, hitting within range. First off will be Frankie's finger bang, I believe.
Yes.
Less than ideal.
Less than ideal.
A 10 absolutely whiffs as the thing just darts out of the way, completely avoiding your attack. Then next readied action was Rev, or no,
Row.
next readied action was Ro, then Rev.
It's not close enough for my ready to action, so I don't
Okay.
believe
It's on its way back. Isn't that what's?
Yep, it's getting within range, right? What's the range on your readied action?
not for mine. Mine is like a 5-foot emanation from myself, so
Oh, so yours is if it gets within range of you.
Yeah.
Got it. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, Rev goes off.
Yeah. So it's a DC 13 Wisdom save.
It failed again, as that was Toll the Dead
One
for
damage.
1 damage.
Total 1.
As the thing shudders ever so slightly mid-air for 1 damage.
That's okay.
Um,
Those guiding bolts did their work. They'll hold someone.
yeah.
and then it flies down towards those of you who are still in the wreckage. And I'm gonna need you all to make a wisdom saving throw again as it
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I thought that it had to use all of its.
I thought that was over.
Yeah, but it had to use all of its. It had to use all of its speed to get back, right? Oh,
Right,
yeah.
and it's a ranged
Yeah,
spell.
you're right. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, so it used all of its speed to get back to the same spot that it was before you did the thing. Well, technically, it's only coming halfway back. It's not dashing back. It dashed away, but so it's farther away, but it is still close enough for the spell.
Oh, okay. Can you add Bardic Inspiration to saving throws?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Don't just be.
Oh shit! I got a nat 20 on my.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Ro, you're
use-
not in range. You don't need to do it. So this is the 3 that are still in the vehicle.
I'm gonna use
So
my
this is
heroic
Rev,
inspiration.
Dr. Sanguine, and and Nox.
Gotcha. Sorry.
I got a 20.
You're good. 20.
Nat 20.
I'm using my heroic inspiration.
I see a 23, and then the heroic inspiration for Nox turns the 6 into an 8. As Nox is like, I got them. Should we stick around a bit? And then just boom, hit by the sleep
the deck.
dust. As you just kind of become incapacitated, feeling yourself starting to fall asleep under the effects of this spell.
D4 or D6?
D6.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
And then it is Dr. Sanguine's turn.
Oh,
And how close is this butterfly?
40 feet.
40 feet.
Yep, it was 80 after it ran away. Used half of that to get back. 40. Or
All
used
right.
its movement of 40 to get back.
So I mean, I'm not at disadvantage with that.
Correct.
So I am going to. How hurt is Nox again?
I'm fine.
Fine.
You're
now.
fine. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to.
Sleep.
Shoot!
Let him do it. Let him go.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, that one did
19.
all the rolls for you. So yeah, we got a 19 to hit. Absolutely hits. As you fire the pistol off into the air, as it rips through the air, dealing 6 damage, tearing through the thing's other wing. It is now bloodied.
2d6 plus 3. Should I use my heroic inspiration to re-roll that damage, or is that how that works?
You could re-roll the
can't-
one.
You can
Right,
re-roll
or-
one of the dice.
Like, so you got a 1 there as one of your dice. So you could re-roll that 1 if you
How do I
want.
do that? Take it off
Just,
and
just roll
Take
a
it
1.
off and just roll a 6. Or roll a d6, I mean.
roll
yeah,
a
roll it.
d6.
Yeah, manually in the bottom corner there.
D6.
There we
6.
go. So that's 5 additional damage.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Still not dead. I mean, but it is bloodied and barely fluttering. Not doing so great.
All right.
This kind of haphazardly, kind of barely holding itself in place, with big old holes in both of its wings. What is Frankie doing?
Eldritch Blast. At the beetle. No, I'm just kidding. Come on.
Wake up the beetle, boys.
Really close. Okay.
Imagine
Here we
Frankie
go.
being like, it can't
21
see me.
absolutely hits.
Come on.
Okay, that's not
I
bad.
see that 10. Oh, all right.
Take it.
Very good.
Very nice.
And as you blast it with a big old finger bang that rips through the sky, and it just starts to spiral down, crashing right down towards you all. And collapses in the clearing.
Right.
Does it dying end any effect on Nox, or is he still asleep?
Well, it would drop concentration onto the spell, so you should be
Yep.
fine.
Okay.
Looks like our
I didn't know if
food
it was like
problem is
officially the
solved
sleep
too.
spell or not.
I am using the sleep spell, yes.
Not sleep powder that you get at like level 14. That's butterfree.
That's the flavor.
I just wake up on the ground.
And Beetle is still asleep. Are we just trying to get out of here then, or are we sticking around for anything? It is up to Kai now.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna hold my concentration and start to talk to the group. Should we leave?
Should we get other crystals than just the blue ones? Or is there a benefit to getting more? I think you said something about the vehicles involving crystals.
All of his crystals provide arcane energy. They're all valuable.
Okay.
I mean, there's 5 more that we know of. We might as well grab them.
I think doing a once over and getting what we can in like a single, like everyone try, and then
Yeah.
we leave.
Hey guys, if we keep
Oh.
yelling, we're gonna wake the beetle.
No, we won't.
We're really far apart,
We
so
can be
I
as
just
loud as we want. Turn back on my playlist.
I exposed
Something
one
for the
panel and I
team.
know
Okay,
there's one
guys,
more.
He's counting off. He's counting off rounds. We got to go faster. So
okay. All right.
I will I would like to stand up and search for another one, and then try to.
I haven't exposed
Oh, you know
panel
what?
right
I have
after.
12. I'm good. I'm leaving.
yes, we're leaving.
Get
now.
me
You're
out
good
of
at
the way.
getting them
We're
though.
all leaving. We're all
All right,
leaving.
guess
He's got
we're leaving.
two
Okay.
rounds left, guys.
I'll
We have
leave.
10 seconds to go.
That's fine,
Let's go.
fine,
We're all
fine,
leaving.
fine. Okay.
All right.
And as the group turns around and hoofs it back to the highway,
We got 12. We're good.
just in time, you hear a rustling sound of the beetle stampeding it back into existence as you turn back around and you see it kind of like running circles around its fallen compatriots.
I figured we fed it.
Oh,
All right.
it is. Oh, it is circling it, ready to absolutely eat them.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, they're dead now. I can eat them.
I should fall asleep in combat more often.
Take a
Oh,
nap, wake up to dinner, a breakfast, I suppose.
And
we all escape.
with that, we all escape successfully.
Giant bugs. Wild.
At least it wasn't spiders.
Yeah.
Spiders are terrifying when they're little.
Not this time.
Yeah,
When
I
they're
thought they-
little spiders are terrifying.
Well, the big ones you can hit with a baseball bat.
I
I
can have
mean,
the
there's
little one
that.
with a baseball bat.
Your poor house.
Thunderblock.
Fair enough.
So, I was able to extract 12 crystals that seem reasonably intact. Oh,
Yeah, you did good.
That's
Yeah.
good news.
So what exactly are these worth? And like, is this money here, or are they just powerful?
I know that the wizard can use them to power devices that he can convert to use the arcane energy. Beyond that, I'm sure they're valuable to someone.
but I think
Really?
we can use them to help repair his memory.
That I would like that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was I think we should probably put some distance between us and the giant beetle thing.
I mean, we could run
And
into
then
something
when we-
else
when
though,
we-
because I mean, like, just got chased off by a bear bird thing, and now there's giant bugs, and like, who knows what we're gonna run into?
Hi.
Antedea gigantus, and some other species I have not yet identified. That was very interesting.
Kai, is there a way to the wizard that's along the highway? That
Yes,
might
we
be
can. We continued on the highway for 40 miles. I followed it to
Okay.
get here.
Then
Easy.
let's do that.
Oops, wrong one.
That is the course of action I suggested this morning.
Well, we're trying to help you, Kai.
Like the party shot.
That's an epic scene right there.
With the corpses all behind you.
Look at how happy Rev is.
Everyone's smiling.
Big old grin on his face, and he's just over here, just like, all right, people got superpowers. I got a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys run back to the highway, it only takes you about a minute, maybe a minute and a half or so. Like it's a quarter mile, one lap around a track, you know.
I don't know about you,
Maybe 2 minutes
but
if
the
you're
last
got a
time
bunch
I
of
ran a
gear and-
mile, it did not take me 1 minute to run a quarter mile.
Well, when you have to run 3 more quarters after it, it does not. But if you're running just the quarter, you can basically, in a dead sprint, when you're trying to run away from a beetle that is waking up and about to potentially come after you, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
This is post-apocalypse, so
Knox definitely runs fast enough. He doesn't work by that.
I wonder, out of character, I wonder what 30 feet of movement equates to a mile in time, especially like if you're dashing. So like 60 feet of movement.
That should be easy.
Yeah, I know.
I've done it before. I forget, but like, yeah, it's pretty on point. Running in combat is pretty standard with like running. It's anyway. We're not going to go into that. So the group makes it back to the highway, no problem, and continues along the journey west. I assume. Is there anything that we're doing as we immediately as we make it back to the highway? I assume we're going to maybe some rests or.
Fix
probably-
Kai, I figure.
Yeah,
right?
probably a short rest and see if we can
See if we
fix
can
the
install
crystals.
these. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Swap these crystals out. All right. So gonna make a little camp somewhere, sort of. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only by the time you guys get back on the road, it's not very long. You know, it's 9:30.
I think between Knox using his jeweler's capabilities and me just continually casting mending on myself while he does it, I think we could probably get this thing worked out.
excuse me.
Get you fixed up.
Absolutely. So the group finds a seemingly safe spot on the highway where there's some cars that kind of block them in a little bit, and ultimately settles in for a little rest while we work on Kai. So Knox, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand again there with advantage with your jeweler's tools, as I assume you're going to be doing most of the surgery.
Yeah. So there's got another 19.
Yeah, you did.
Can I guidance him
Sure.
while we do this?
Yeah, as he's working on that, you could absolutely like put your hand on his shoulder. Go for it.
Okay. You get a D4. Do you want me to roll the D4?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll that.
All right.
Come on.
It's going.
Anytime.
The suspense.
The suspense.
Do it again.
The dice roller.
Yeah,
the
you might
dice
want to
roller
do it
thing
again.
sucks. I don't know if I just rolled a D4, but I gotta stop doing
Yeah.
that because it like makes my computer lag.
Rolling a D4.
You can disable if you disable the 3D dice, Kurt.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Just turn off
I
the
rolled
dice.
it.
You can disable the 3D dice, and that'll because the 3D dice actually take a surprising amount of graphical processing power on your computer, especially if it's just like a basic one.
Gotcha. So looks like a total of a 26 with Nox rolled the die for him.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to get all 12 easily installed in
Came out
under
the
a
other way.
minute. Literally takes 1 minute to get them installed.
Oh wow.
I mean, we're
Alright.
talking. It's literally like almost like a plug and play. Like
Yeah,
it's
Nice.
just like essentially like once you get access to it, it's like swapping out a bunch of little like RAM cards. You know, you literally can pop one out, pop the next one in. There's like little sockets and stuff. They're each. I think we had said they're kind of about the size of a small marble.
oh, okay. Cool.
You're surprisingly adept at that.
It's designed really intuitively. So, partial credit to your maker, but
Were you
Thank-
made by Syngeni too?
I'm unfamiliar with this term.
the Synthetic Genesis Corporation is often referred to as Syngeni by people from our time.
No, I'm sorry.
Or-
I don't think I have interacted with this corporation. I'm sorry.
Correct. I don't think you would have heard of it. Likely, not here.
But okay, so my
Oh.
memories start to pour back in.
How you feeling, Kai?
Oh, unclear at the moment. I'm waiting to hear back on how I feel.
Oh, you're feeling great. You absolutely feel a significant. It's not all of your memory chips. To clarify, you're not
Sure.
not 100%, but you feel like a good chunk of your memories have come back clearer. You remember some more distinctive details about your creator. You remember some more of the distinctive things about the monsters. For example, overgrown insects all feeding on mammal flesh nowadays, and all of that jazz, and many of the other things we'd previously discussed.
Oh yeah,
And
I feel
an
incredible.
update to the name too. The name I gave you was partial before. I was actually kind of hoping you would drop the partial, not quite correct name before, and then
Oh.
I could give you the real name later. But that's okay.
Sorry, I was specifically trying to hold back.
No, I did. I lied to you earlier. I'm giving you only had 30% of your memory banks working, so I was giving you false information.
That's fair.
But go for it.
So, yes, I do believe that has restored a significant portion of the function of my memory banks. This was very effective. There is information that you should know, and I suppose, sort of redundantly at this moment, the area is full of giant insects, all of whom like to feed on mammals. It's something we should be aware of anytime we're off the road. In fact, even on the road, and especially at night, we should be very careful. I suppose we've sort of seen that firsthand at this point, though. So, for less redundant information, also, the person I've been referring to as the wizard, his name is now coming back to me as the Great Leo. The Great Leo. I mentioned that he wasn't quite human, but I remember now that he Leon. Great Leon.
Still
Jeez,
kicking in. Sometimes it takes.
Yes. Things are still rebooting, and also he has a shell on his back. and his skin is a little different than. Anyway, like I said, not quite human anymore.
Like a turtle?
Yes, I think that is a fair an analogy.
So
He's a big-
turtle
Is
wizard.
he like big? Like a big, or is he like small?
I mean, these terms are relative. He is roughly he is roughly 5'2".
It's pretty specific.
Well, I could have been more specific. He's exactly 5 feet 2 inches and 46 micrometers.
Fantastic. It's good
So-
to know. I don't know what micrometer is, but
He's
Is
the
he
short
like-
king.
Okay.
Correct.
Does he like? This is so. If it's like turtle-esque, is it like is he bipedal? Like, does he walk on like 2 feet, or is he like?
He walks on 2 feet. He has hands for hands. He used to be
Does-
human.
He used to be human. Okay.
what are his intentions with us now that you have a little bit more memory?
That is still unclear to me. I was told I was told about the temporal anomalies and the need to collect them and return them for analysis, and I don't. That's as far as I know.
Seems like a pretty standard safety protocol in case, like if Kai got captured and he had that information, somebody can gain that information. So it's technically it would be a security risk on telling them why they would need us. It's asset protection, like it's standard security, like with any.
Are you comfortable with all of this?
It seems pretty on the up and up if we are some kind of like important piece to a puzzle that he would not know exactly why we are important. It's
Can't
sort of
get
like the
information out of
delivery
somebody
drivers
if you
don't
don't
know
give
what's
it
in
to
the
them.
bag, you know?
Still don't like it.
I don't like it either, but seems to be the only
I'm
choice
just-
we got right now.
It's a safety, it's a security thing. It's completely like,
No. I don't mean that. I just mean like
Uh,
we're walking into this super
wanna know.
unknown situation.
No, Nox is right. This wizard is probably the only one who has cigarettes, so we should go see this wizard.
that's the point I was trying to make.
Give me a history check, Kai.
Sure. History check coming up. 24.
You remember him smoking tobacco out of a pipe?
Yes, he does enjoy his pipe weed.
Well, hot damn.
Yes. At the same time that I
Suddenly,
got this,
Frankie really
Sounds
wants to
like-
get to the wizard.
Sounds
at
like
the
you
same time
sold
that I got this
Frankie.
hat, I got him a big pipe that was a replica of Gandalf's pipe from the Lord of the Rings.
That is incredible. So,
No, the hat on the wizard is enjoying
Nice.
pipe weed.
which direction is this in? I can
Stomach
walk and
is
talk.
rumbling.
Can we just be a little cautious though, and we do meet this wizard person?
Well, I mean,
The great Leon. I know. I
this
He
wizard
did-
person,
I called him the
sir.
wizard.
Let's
I
make
just-
a good first impression here.
Great Sir Leon.
The great Leon.
Did too, just to put some scope on this situation. I know it's hard for anybody to really trust anybody in this situation, but we're kind of what we have, and we're not trying to kill each other, so that's important. The Great Leon did send an emissary to the exact location where we would be to come get us.
Not exactly.
I think that merits talking to him at least.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
That's yeah, and that's not even true because Kai told us that he didn't even know that we were going to be alive. That he was just coming to get us,
He's
I was
coming
sent
to
to collect the
collect the
temporal
anomaly.
anomaly.
right? For further analysis, we could be like heading into a test tube, poking around and prodding situation.
There's a lot
Though
of
I will
things.
say his calculations were very specific. You may not have noticed, but I was precisely 3 inches away from the edge of the area that transported. He put me in exactly the correct position.
I don't know that that's a necessarily a good thing. That just means he's smart and he knows what he's doing. But
I say we should be on guard, but realistically, I mean, Kai's been pretty chill. He's been definitely a great asset and
Yeah.
good teammate. So I'd say we at least know Kai's on our side for now. And considering this person probably seems to know what's going on, I say we keep going because the sooner we figure out what's going on, where we are, what's happened,
sure.
the sooner I can find my wife
Doctor.
and kid.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have a
what's up?
problem. Let me make sure
Doc-
everybody understands. I don't have a problem going. Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't go, but I'm just saying, like, you know, let's just
I
make sure
also-
we're not walking into some kind of,
Of course.
you know.
I also just want to point out, as someone who has followed many a directive in my time, Kai is wonderful, but Kai is also following a directive without
change.
question. So
That's why I said he's on our side for now.
Yeah, like I have no
sure.
problem with Kai. Kai's cool,
Yeah.
but I mean, who knows what the person telling them what to do? We don't know
that's
his
my point.
intentions.
I've had to do
I mean,
a lot
maybe
of
he's
that.
cool too.
I appreciate the ease with which you give out trust.
That's
That's not a thing. That doesn't make
Not
people-
very inspiring.
Well, I'll say this: if he, bro, Kai, do you dress like this all the time?
Dress? Like what? My
Okay,
hat?
so
Oh yes, my hat comes with me everywhere.
yeah, so the whole wizard get up, you just like rock that all the time.
This is my beard.
Right.
This is my beard.
What
I'm a
what I'm
wizard.
saying is like you look like that all the time, right?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. So, I mean, I suppose anybody who's got somebody working for them that, you know, Kai's pretty cool. So I mean, maybe he's all right. You know, maybe he's pretty cool too. This unknown. You said
I'm trying to say is that-
Leo.
He's incredibly good
Leon.
at dragon chess.
Leon.
Leon, help!
What I was trying to say is that when I was like Kai, I would do whatever my wizard told me to do, regardless of what didn't matter what it was. There wasn't I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I don't know how to say this. I just did what was.
Yeah, I
did
don't think
what I-
that's the like. I don't think that's the issue we're running into. Like I for right now, I trust Kai. He's on our side. You know.
And you're trying to say that could change if his
Well,
master
who knows?
directed him
What
to.
I'm trying to say is that it's not really about trust. Kai, you're great, but it's not really about trusting Kai one way or the other because Kai's not going to be.
It's
Kai's not.
genuine.
Kai's not going to be able to tell us whether we're going to be safe with the wizard or not. He's just doing his job. I'm sorry.
Look, guys, we all want to smoke cigarettes, okay? So
I mean, at this point, I
let's
do.
just-
Yes.
Let's just get to this wizard that we implicitly trust because he can give us tobacco products, and
course.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I
Yes,
think
And
I think we
with
should
that,
go with
we
the
end
clearly
our
addicted, with the clearly addicted man over there.
And with that,
Does
we
he
will
have to?
end next week. Or we will end this session
well,
with our quest for tobacco for Frankie suddenly.
Feels like I give up.
Quest for food. Well, no, we've hit midnight. But with that, we will end as we've got several party members who now really want to get to the wizard and several people who want to be extra cautious about meeting this mysterious great Leon who seems to have turned into a giant turtle in the apocalypse and is a wizard who makes all sorts of machines and gadgets. He's made Kai, he's made this flying machine.
He's got
Yeah.
tobacco.
And we
that's the
will
top
pick,
three right there.
we will pick up on our way to meet the wizard with our next session. Until then, we thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time on the Arcane apocalypse.